Doing some more golden runs tonight and this Saturday night. I guess technically it's Sunday morning now, because 12 a.m. But you know. Let's just get into it. I haven't really practiced anything today, but it's fine. If I die, then I'll just cry about it. So I'm gonna grab my drink real quick. I just started streaming. I'm already going away. Yeah, I should have done that before. It's fine. Put my music on real quick. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, Scribble Ghost? What's up, Swilber? What's up, Summer? Yeah, I'll get into VC. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a moment. Okay. What's up, everyone? Welcome in, welcome in. Okay. In game now. Let me hop in VC with Squid and Summer.
Yo,
being one-on-one in DC. Who's here?
Yeah, I told Larry to join.
Oh, okay.
I'm here now.
But yeah, talking one-on-one is really weird. There's this specific person, like unless I'm talking to like my girlfriend.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care if I'm one-on-one or 1-on-10 billion.
Talking to people one-on-one is kind of awkward sometimes for me.
That's fair. That's valid.
Like, it depends on like what's.
Yeah, I think it really just depends on the person.
Just like, for example, if I'm like collaborating with Mars, for example, like we're working on the map together at the same time, talking one-on-one is perfectly fine. But like, if both people are doing their own things, yeah.
That's fair.
That's what it's like for me. So it's always been quite strange. But like, I don't know why. I have a friend. Her name is like Vanessa or whatever.
Oh my god, like from 5 Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Oh my god, is she from 5 Nights?
Let me go on my.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me put up my
I shouldn't have said that.
My iPhone.
I really should not have said that.
Funny. So on my contacts, if I
Is that what you said as her profile picture? There's no way you actually did that.
It's a worse.
There's no way you did that. What do you...
No. I'll send an image in the group chat.
Have I won against the bird? I won against the bird once, a single time, but barely. It was close.
Oh, you raced the bird?
I did. I beat it once.
Here.
By like a little bit.
I scribbled out the number. I'll send it in the group chat. It's so horrible.
Let me look at this.
Look at it.
What is that?
It's Vanessa from the B movie.
Oh, from the B. I forgot. It's been a long time since I've watched the B movie. Oh my god. That's actually, okay, I don't know what's, okay, that is better than security. I feel like having it be Vanessa from Security Breach is worse. That would be really bad if you did that.
So, okay. I don't know why. Sometimes we'll just call one-on-one. It's very rare. We do it and then we have the most deep conversations ever. So,
you have such deep conversations with Vanessa from Security Breach.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's very strange because like most friends are I'm very jokey with, and I'm not very serious. And then when I'm talking to her, I talk about the most deep stuff, and I don't know why. Because like it's not like I'm not into her. I have a girlfriend. I'm not like.
Sorry, you can talk to somebody and not be into them. You don't have to.
I know. But like I'm saying, like, you know how like people will be like a lot more personal with people.
Shut up, Chad. I'm doing my best. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, yeah. like it's not like that, but it's still really weird because I'm like wondering why I'm like that. Like when I'm talking with her specifically, it's very interesting.
Wilbur just said Summer discovers interpersonal relationships.
Bro.
True.
What does interpersonal mean actually?
It's like, how do I describe this? You know what, Wilbur, you describe it. You're the one who brought it up. I can't. I don't have the brain power for that right now. It's like, I don't know. How do I put that in words? Well, yeah, I know it's between people, but like a normal relationship is between people too. So what does interpersonal mean?
But like it feels I don't know. It's just weird because with her specifically and like almost no one else. I mean, okay.
I mean, that's good.
I won't say it on stream, but earlier when Mars and Bug were also in VC, I mentioned something about me that is probably slightly concerning.
All right. Well,
I
you
don't
probably
feel like
should.
saying it on stream.
I mean, you can just say it in DMs or something if you have to,
I mean,
and then I won't
can-
read it out loud.
I mean, I can just say like.
You can just type it in DMs or just say it later.
I just won't go in detail, but like something I've realized. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm a sociopath because I'm not diagnosed.
No, you're
Not
not.
diagnosed.
So I don't think you're. I don't think you're a
I'm not gonna-
sociopath.
I'm not gonna say I'm a sociopath.
I don't think you're a
but
sociopath, Summer.
I have a few. No, I'm I'm probably not a sociopath.
No, I don't think so.
traits similar to one, but I'm probably not one.
Summer, I'm like 99% sure you're not a sociopath.
Okay, I think okay. I went into detail about how I'm like when like earlier, and like I don't know, traits like that feel like.
I don't think you're a sociopath.
I mean, okay, it's kinda it's complicated. I will probably explain after stream.
Okay.
Like, no, I don't think I'm a sociopath. I'm not gonna say that. I genuinely don't think I'm a sociopath.
That's good.
But I think I have at least like a trait or two that one could have, but I don't think
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
Like,
I think I
you
know
can
what you're
have
trying to say,
certain-
but I think I know what you're trying to say, but it's fine. Just you can just say it later.
Okay. No, it's like kind of personal, so I won't go in like.
We just don't have to talk about it right now if you don't want to.
Yeah, but it's very interesting. Because like I don't know. I did a lot of research about it at one point, and I was like, one thing in specific like resonated to me specifically, but
Welcome in Turquoise Snake.
you know
You bought Celeste? Nice.
because
Yeah, that's fair. That's valid. Also, just letting you guys know I'm not talking over here. I just mute whenever I talk to chat
Actually,
and
I
someone else is
honestly-
talking.
I
So I'm not just
I
talking
really
over.
Actually, I don't give a fuck. I'm good. I'm just gonna say it. So,
Okay, well,
it's
me-
like I have a severe lack of empathy. Like, period.
I'm pretty sure there's a condition for that that's not sociopath. I
Yeah,
think.
no, I just know that's one of the major traits of one, and like, I definitely, okay, I definitely don't think I have stuff like impulsive behavior or attempting to control others. But
Yeah,
I
because
just have
that's
a
like-
large lack of empathy.
Yeah, because a sociopath isn't just a lack of empathy. Sociopath is like you like manipulate others and stuff, and you're like, and also like I think a lot of sociopaths and psychopaths will they're like violent and they like basically if you're a sociopath you don't feel bad about killing somebody basically. Like you literally kill somebody and you wouldn't care.
I mean, I just don't care about anything. I'm gonna be like, I don't know if that's weird. I just don't
Okay.
care.
If you killed somebody, would you care though? Like if you literally murdered somebody, you
Okay.
you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't experienced that. I wouldn't know. I mean,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean,
yeah. But like, imagine hypothetically, you killed somebody. Would you care? Especially if it's somebody that you
mean-
know, not like a random
I mean,
person.
if it's someone I knew, maybe. I mean, like, I don't know because I haven't experienced it.
Interesting.
Like,
I guess that's fair. That's
I've like accidentally seen quite gruesome stuff, and I've just not given a fuck. Like, I stumbled
like in
across
real
it on
life or
accident,
online.
like online.
Yeah, well,
content.
yeah, that's true. People, I mean, people. That I don't think that's a good example.
Like,
I don't know.
but
I
to
think
be, like, for example, like, there's this one transphobe just DM'd me like a video. It just like, you know, the videos that like for the first frame it's like completely different and then it changes.
Oh yeah. Classic.
They sent like a gore video like that, and like,
Why would they just send it to you
didn't care.
randomly?
because
Who do you know that's just sending
that's
those?
I don't know them. It's just a random stranger because they hate trans people.
Oh, okay. So they're just going after you because they figured
Like,
out you were
know-
trans.
Yeah, because I have it in my like bio. So like they see that and then they send me a gore video.
Turquoise, you should be able
And
to map the
also,
controls in the
keyboard,
keybinds. Like it should be
yeah, I
like
didn't see
options
that,
and then
Good for
keyboard
you, man,
controller
for having
config
that
right
skill.
here.
You must like that.
like
skill.
that. You should be able to do that. Yeah, that is pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Also, why do you mute randomly? Like.
It's when I'm talking to chat and I don't want to interrupt you. Like if I'm answering something chat's asking, but I don't want to like talk over somebody, I do that. So like I can still I can
over me. I don't mind.
okay, but I can still hear what you're saying. I just do it so I'm not interrupting you. That's all.
That's fine.
So I'm still hearing what you're
Like,
saying.
I got sent gore videos and stuff, and like I feel like that was probably something that I should have been like caring about, but I just didn't, and I was unfazed.
Yeah. No, if it's a stranger, though, who cares? You know what I mean? Like whatever.
Yeah, I know. But, like,
Yeah, they're
I
just
don't know.
they're just being a loser.
They're being a loser on the internet.
Exactly.
Larry, I don't think you have. Do you have your 2 dashes? Oh wait, no,
What are you
fuck, I
talking
forgot
about?
you don't use
Yeah,
that.
I'm not doing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm also not sharing
I
screen,
thought-
so you're behind too. Yeah, I can do that real quick.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Because, like, I'm so used to seeing people do the key skip, it's so weird. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Larry, you want to know what I find absolutely insane?
Honestly, Gabe, valid. You're just freaking.
So, there's this one
Goldens
streamer
are really
saying-
annoying. I don't blame you, man. They're really tough.
They had such a hilarious troll, and it's so
Mhm.
funny. So, farewell is the final room, right?
Hmm.
Well, besides the golden room, but you know, just besides the point. In that room, like one of the springs that you can hit, and then it like falls after you hit it. If you stand still, like you'll like almost hit the void, and then you'll hit the spring, like before you fall into the void or whatever. This stream, Larry.
We're not gonna talk about that. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention.
The streamer, they were like, they had a thing where they had such a funny like troll where they'd like hit the spring, then they wouldn't dash, and then they paused the game, acting like they were gonna die.
So they were trolling.
Just unpause, hit the spring, and then they did die on Farewell anyway.
They're like
they had
fake deathing.
They had
That's
a fake
funny.
death. They had a fake death that actually like, you know, they don't actually die, but then later on in the room they died. So
Dude, they're literally scripting their deaths. They're like,
that
no.
is such a funny troll. Like okay, in Farewell, there's this one spring right before like you hit the spring and then you like do an upright dash into the jelly, right? You know which input I'm talking about?
What you're saying? Farewell. Is that like a different level, or is that just farewell?
Farewell. Like it's the
Oh,
final-
like the
it's like a
checkpoint.
final
Oh,
checkpoint.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes
because
more
it's
sense.
Farewell.
I always just say final room, but yeah, that makes more sense to say farewell. Yeah.
It's also just called FW, and debug
Okay.
when you have golden trackers.
That's weird.
So I just say farewell.
That makes more sense.
But yeah, there's this one specific, like, you know the input I'm talking about where there's like the spring and the on the falling block, and then you like hit
Yeah,
the
I know
spring,
exactly
and
what you're
then you,
talking
like,
about.
like dash into the jelly. Yeah, that spring you can barely hit it like as it's falling into the void. So the pause thing, it scared the shit out of me.
They were just trolling. I mean, it worked then. They got him. They got everybody with it.
Yeah, like everyone thought they were gonna die. Everyone in chat was freaking out, and then they just unpaused and continued. The fact they died on Farewell I can't believe I didn't die on Farewell.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure I'm gonna die at least once on Farewell, or on Moonberry Room, like final Moonberry Room.
Okay, I didn't do Moonberry, so like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I guess like.
No, nor should you do Moonberry. It's not worth it. But I committed to it already.
I mean, if you do Moonberry, you know what would be funny? You should.
Oh, I'm doing Moonberry. It's not a question. I'm doing it.
You wanna know something funny you could do? You could do double collect. Which
What
means you have to not collect the Moonberry until you get to the end of the golden room.
Actually, that's not that hard because the final goal. Yeah. Okay, that would make it a little harder, but it wouldn't be that much harder. I think I could do that.
It's fun. It's kind of funny, but like, is it worth doing?
I think it would be hilarious, personally. Also, like the last room is like you're in the air for most of it because it's on jelly once you get the jelly, you're in the air like the whole time, pretty much. So if I can get to the jelly with it, then I'd be fine.
Okay,
but
falling into like the little pit sounds a little scary, like the little pit to the right.
Yeah.
The jelly, that seems scary when you're constantly jumping.
Yeah, you'd have to like be careful about it. I mean, I think if you were just patient and like took your time with it, you'd be fine.
Wow, Larry, failed a wall bounce.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times when I'm not paying attention.
Bro's trying so hard. What did you down dash?
I don't know.
The down dash incident is crazy.
There was a right dash incident too. That happened last stream.
Yeah, you know what I find pretty silly?
What?
I think. Let me try to remember this clearly, because I just know there's something silly happened recently, and I'm trying to remember it. And it's gone blank. I didn't say it in time. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
God, I hate when your mind just goes blank and then you can't remember.
Yeah. That does happen a lot.
It sucks.
You should just get a new brain. Buy it on Temu.
Oh, bro. I don't know if this is weird. Like, I have shit memory, like always, but
I think that's
like,
pretty normal.
When it comes to math, I just seem to remember it.
I think that just means you're good at math.
Like, okay, I'm in math 1+2, right? It's like accelerated classes.
Uh-huh.
We're doing math 2 in our first year as well. Math 1 is so boring. It's so brain dead easy.
Yeah, because you're good at math.
I genuinely want. Like, at least to me, yeah. It's like brain dead easy to me.
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
you, not for everyone.
I'm just not. Like,
I genuinely don't get people that find math hard.
It's because some people are just better at it. That's it. That's all there is to it.
That's the case, but man, it's like.
Okay,
Dude.
think about this. What is something you're bad at? Something you're just terrible at.
I mean, it's all remember.
Then there's always someone that's gonna be like really good at history. Like that just clicks for them. There's always somebody that's just better at something.
And I don't get people who.
And worse at others.
History, so,
Okay, I'm just good
Exactly.
at
It goes
every
both ways.
subject. I don't know why.
You're gonna find one that you're bad at.
Well,
I mean,
okay,
I would
not
like
even
to, because,
not even
like,
school, because school subjects are all the same. It's just memorization. That's literally it. But my point is, you'll find something in life that you won't be good at. That's not even like related to school, because some people are just better at certain things. Because
Even sports, bro.
yeah, it's not even like a thing about
I've
school.
Done, I feel like at least something I should find hard, but
Summer,
never really found anything.
you're not
hard yet.
you're not that
I
old.
have,
You'll
like-
get there. You'll get there.
Yeah,
Just
I know,
give
I
it
know,
some
I'm just
time.
saying. I haven't really found anything hard yet, and like.
Yeah, you'll.
I don't
Well, it's
know, I
because the
feel like
problem
these-
is
Elementary school is easy. And
well, the problem too is when you're in like elementary, middle, high school, like you don't get that many options of what you can do. So you're kind of just limited to the standardized tests and stuff. But like when you go into the real world, then you actually get to like choose what you want to do, and you get to have more options of trying different things. And then you'll figure out eventually, like, oh,
our
I'm bad at
school-
this.
Our school has like classes harder than AP. It's called like IB or something.
IB.
It's like a program that you can take like 11th and 12th.
Oh, you can't take it earlier, even if you're smart enough for it.
Yeah. Like,
Damn.
But like if you can sign up for it earlier.
Oh, okay,
but
you just have to be smart enough.
you can sign up for it earlier, but you won't be placed into the classes until 11th.
Oh, that's kind of dumb. I guess then maybe they don't have enough slots for everybody if they do that. Because like if they,
But
I
like
don't see why they
like,
wouldn't
if you
allow
do
all
sign up for
9 to
IB
12.
and they allow you in for the 2 years before IB, they'll put you in all honors and like accelerated and stuff. And then like for 11th and 12th you'll be in IB. And like IB is like meant to be like harder than AP, and it's
Probably
very, like,
probably pretty hard then.
I mean, I hope. I mean, I feel like it would be under. I don't think I'm gonna find it easy. It's probably gonna be like.
No. Have you
would be
taken an AP
very-
yet?
No, not really.
Oh, so yeah. So you'll definitely find out if it's harder than AP. Like APs are pretty significantly harder. Because the thing about APs is most APs are harder than the actual college class they're based off of. So they're
The
pretty
only class
tough.
I feel like I could find
Like,
difficult though. Like
you'll-
if it
you'll-
does get to an incredibly complex level, I think the only class I would actually struggle at a certain level is math, even if I am really good at it. Because, like, I don't know. I've been told I'm like really good at. I do it a lot as, like.
You should just take an AP math and you'll see. Like take an AP calculus or something, or whatever your IBs are at your school that you were talking about. And then you'll see. It's completely different.
But like, also, I don't know if this is weird. For me, English and history feel so similar.
It's because they are.
Because, like, you're like in last year during history, I wrote more essays in history than English.
Yeah, well, when you go to college, like all you do is write essays. You write papers on like every class, so that's just how it works.
Yeah, I'm used to writing like 5-page essays just because why not? Like we sometimes we'll be forced, like you only have to make a 2-page essay and then I'll just make a 5-page essay on accident.
What? Why would you do that though?
Because I
You're
don't
just
know,
wasting
I
your
actually
time.
like writing.
Oh, if you like it,
actually
that's
like writing.
fair enough. Fair
Like,
enough.
I said this already, but I write as a side hobby. I love writing. I don't like sharing it that often, but people I've shared it to have said it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think writing is fun when it's not about something boring. So like, I don't like writing in school, but when it's about a topic that's actually cool, I think it's fun.
I think history is interesting.
Yeah, but like, if it's an English class and you're writing about some like stupid book from the year 1200, it's like I don't care. Could not care less. Explain the cultural
Bro,
significance.
In English, they don't fucking make us books. They're making us do like the weirdest
will.
shit. Like
They will eventually.
I've never had to write an essay on a book before. I'm not even joking.
You will
I
eventually.
don't know if our district just doesn't do that or what. Cause like.
I feel like that's like the whole point of English. It's kind of weird.
But,
It's like
they make us
analyzing
write about
text.
The most random. They make us they make us write essays over the most random. Like it's
was weird.
never books, but like it's still a text of some sort, but like
Not The
it's
Great
never like a really
Gatsby.
long book.
I remember that book. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
always a short text. They've never, like, even in like honors classes where they want you to go in depth and like do all this hard stuff, it's still just like the longest thing I've had to write something about was like maybe a 20-minute article, and like I'm very confused because it felt so weird and like. Okay, my district in general is probably just fucked, since I think I've shared, like, our district test thing, and, like, the 12th grade stuff is stuff you do in, like, 6th grade, probably, and it's very, very scuffed.
yeah,
And, like,
it's pretty messed up no matter where you go.
like, just, like, the state test, like, it was just about, like the 12th grade one had stuff, like, about basic probability.
Well, the thing is, they have to make the standardized tests easy because they need really dumb people to pass because their education system is getting worse.
You can't even fail. You can't even fail these tests. It's just to gauge how smart you are.
What do you mean you can't fail the exams like at the end of the year?
It's not an exam. It's not an exam. It's not an exam.
Are you in a private school?
It's like no. It's how it works. Okay,
No, but are
so
you in a
district-
private school though? That's my first question.
No.
Okay,
I'm not.
it's a public school, so you have to do state exams then, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a public school. So
Yeah,
what do you
state
mean you
exams are like-
can't fail them?
Okay,
That's like a thing. That's a
so,
real thing.
You know, there's finals, and then there's like our state like. We have like it's not like a state thing; it's a district thing.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say because
So
I was
our
confused.
Our district thing is like you can't fail it. It gauges how smart you are.
That's
So,
kind of
like,
it's kind of stupid.
even
All
then,
right.
and, like it's like determines like for like Lexile or
Yeah.
yeah,
Also,
you know?
I don't think school does a good job at determining how smart you are, because I was saying it earlier. School, you're only using like 2 skills. Literally, it's just memorizing facts and then recalling them on a test. That's it. That's all there is. You don't have to critically think. You don't have to be a genius. There's none of that. It's literally just
Yeah, but for
recalling and
these
memorizing.
district tests, what I find that's so weird is that, like, they're so like, okay, even the fact, okay, so they're meant to, like, automatically, like get harder based on how well you do, right? And
Yeah,
like,
there's ways to cheese those, because you can. They do that on like the SAT and stuff too. There's like strategies people have developed where like you'll purposely get certain ones wrong so that it'll give you easier ones. Just crazy. But I've heard of people doing that for the SAT when it's like an algorithm that gives you harder questions the more you get right. So it's like a whole thing. It's very funny. It's stupid. I think standardized testing as a whole is
Yeah.
not very good.
But like the test results, they don't matter that much besides getting you. So
Yeah.
like
I
they
just
help for getting into
Yeah.
classes. And I feel like I should be because in 8th grade, I guess I got a score that was
Dude, I'm so mad about that death. That was such a dumb death, dude. I'm playing terrible today.
average like college student, and I just don't believe that, and I think that like because I feel like there's something super because 8th grade me would not be on par with a college student. No, that's just not like.
Summer, I think you're
that's not true.
Summer, I think you're greatly overestimating how smart a college student is.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's like that's just not possible. Like,
No, I think it's possible. I'm saying you're overestimating. College kids are stupid. I have a professor. My mom's a professor, and the stories I hear, like just because you're in college doesn't mean you're smart. I'll just say that much.
Okay,
A lot
but,
of
like, I still
idiots in
feel
there.
like-
A lot of big idiots.
I feel like even then, I feel like an 8th grader doing better or on par with the college student sounds so wrong.
Now that's possible.
Like, especially
If you're a
because,
smart 8th grader versus an average college student, that's very possible. Especially like the average American citizen is getting terrible education. Like that's very believable.
average map scores. Our map is our like district test.
Well, you gotta check based on what state you're in and based on like the country as a whole, because it's different
our
depending on
district
who you
uses
are.
a specific. Our
Oh well, if you're
district uses a
comparing it to your
specific, like,
district, you're not getting a good gauge of like the entire college scene as a whole, because
no,
like
I'm
your
talking
district by
about, like,
itself is different
the
than
average
colleges.
of how people perform on this specific test, which our district is the like probably the only one that uses it.
Well, how would they compare it to colleges if this test is only being taken by your district, and you're only comparing district students? Like, how does that work?
Well, it's comparing like colleges, like the like there's like a universe like of like what's it called? It's like
Huh?
what's it called? It's like there are colleges in our district, but like it's comparing it to the average in the district. So like obviously it's gonna be a bit people.
Turquoise, I would do all the A sides first, except for farewell. You're gonna have an easier time. But if you want a challenge and do the B sides, you know, it's up to you.
But you know, it's still like the best way to find the average of how people do on this test in specific, because there's no other way to find that.
Yeah, but how do you compare that to how good? You were just like comparing it to how like smart you are compared to a college student, like, because they haven't necessarily taken this test, so like how would you know?
I mean like it's college students in our district. Like,
oh, so the college students that graduate, that are alumni of that graduated from your school, that graduated from your high school and went to college.
There's like
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm not gonna say the name of it because it literally doxes my location. but
Do not do that. It's a terrible idea.
There's like this like college that's this like free college, like
Community college?
yeah, community college.
Gotcha,
I
yeah,
always
yeah.
forget the term.
Yeah,
But, like,
community college.
Community college is part of the district still.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they had those that are part of the districts. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's part of the district, so like you can
So you can just go right out of high school and just go there.
Yeah.
Is that where you're gonna go, or are you gonna go somewhere different?
I'm probably gonna try to go like somewhere high, cause like if I go to college, I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
if you go, you gotta decide, because people will just tell you to go to college. You do not have to. It's up to you. Depending on what you want to do, where you want to go, it's up to you.
Maybe get into one for free if I keep up how I'm doing now, but
Yeah, I mean you'll have to pay for
even
some
then,
stuff,
do
but
I
you might
wanna
get your
go?
tuition
yeah.
covered.
Obviously I might still have to, you know, buy like textbooks or yada yada, you know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's some
But,
stuff you're
like-
gonna have to pay for your food for where you're sleeping and stuff, but
Oh,
they
well,
can
yeah.
they'll give you money if you know if you're good.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, if I keep up the pace.
It just depends on what like you want your career to be, because some careers there's no reason to go to college. You're just wasting money. But for some stuff, it makes a lot of sense.
Go into computer science, but it's such an oversaturated.
Okay, it's a little
Yeah.
over. I feel like people say it's oversaturated, but I think it's only oversaturated at the amateur level. So like, if you go and do side gigs and stuff and get a resume, like, you can get a computer programming jobs. Like, there's so many different places you can do computer programming. Like, it is oversaturated, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Like, they're still hiring computer programming like all the time. You just gotta have like show that you're actually good at it. So you have to just be better than some random Joe Smo that came out of college. Oh man.
Programming looks complicated, but at the same time,
Sure. I would do some programming on your own and then figure out, so that way you don't have to spend money like doing it as a major. Like, just go like try to make a video game, do something cool, make a project, do something,
because
and just learn it on your own.
I can understand written code to a certain extent. Like I can kind of gauge what it's meant to mean, but I could not write it. That's like
Okay.
that's what I'm at right now.
Code.
Like,
Anyone can learn code. Coding is just a language. Anyone can learn it. It's just like if it's literally like learning a foreign language. It's just like translating what it means into English, but it is just a language. So anyone can learn it. It's just a matter of like if you like it or not. That's it.
like I can understand like written code, but I just can't write it. It's,
Well, yeah. Then you just learn. There's so many. Like I've learned some coding stuff literally just from YouTube. There's so many tutorials. So many. Literally, like, don't need college for that. The only reason you go to college is just to say that you graduated for the degree. But like, you can learn programming on your own. It's just about the degree. Really. That doesn't go for every field, but for computer programming especially, that's a very easy one to self-teach. Not to say you can't learn from a college, like that's not true, but
I'm sure there are a lot of people who have this thing with coding where they can like understand it when it's written, but they can't write it themselves.
well, yeah, it's easy to understand when it's written, but writing it yourself is more involved because you have to understand what all the pieces mean, and then you have to puzzle it together. So it's a lot more thinking you have to do
Like,
because it's not just translating.
I can
It's
understand the pieces when they're already there.
because like if it's someone else's code that's there, you're just translating it. But when you have to make it yourself, you have to understand what every piece means, put it together, and understand like if something isn't working, why it isn't working, and what piece is wrong, and why it's wrong, how to fix it. And that's just more that you have to think about.
Making movement in a game is
Very hard.
So
Very
horrible.
hard.
It looks horrid.
That's what I'm stuck on the game that I was working on, that I kind of stopped for a while, but it's really, really difficult. Because the problem is when you start trying to make it complicated, it starts breaking your other movement code. Like you try adding a new type of movement, and then it breaks your other movement.
Like not even
And
trying
it's
to
just-
add a new type of movement,
it's really tough.
just a new interaction.
Yeah, it's very physics like interactions are very complicated, and there's like stuff like Unity makes it easier. Then it makes it easier than it normally would be, but it's still tough, especially if you want to make it like complicated physics. Then it gets
Unity is kind of ass now.
I disagree, but okay.
Well, I mean, Unity like has like if you just want to make something for fun.
Yeah, it's great for that.
It's good, but like it has some ass policies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I've heard about the policies,
Like,
but
if you wanna make like.
but if you're making your first ever game, like
Yeah.
who cares? You know what I mean? Like you're just
If you
messing
wanna-
around.
If you want to make something like, you really want people to like, you want people to like know and like you can benefit off of all the passion you've put into it, and like
Yeah.
I feel like Unity might not be the best option at that point.
Yeah, but if it's your first project,
Yeah.
and A, if you're not even charging for it, and B, no one's gonna know it's your first project. What you can always do is if it's your first project, you don't think it's gonna be successful. If it is successful, just make like a Patreon or something and make the game free. So it's just a free game, but you have income, but from somewhere else, and then that gets around the policy. You don't have to give anything to Unity. Which is kind of a workaround solution, but Unity is just like a really, really well-made like game tool, game engine.
I think Godot is severely underrated.
I like Godot. I tried using Godot. There's not as much documentation for it. Like it's a lot harder to learn it for the first time. Whereas Unity has years and years and years of threads and tutorials. Whereas Godot, you have to look a little harder because it's newer. It's not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's newer.
Yeah.
So as a first time like programmer, it's a lot harder to like learn it. Because I've tried both, and Unity is definitely easier to learn. Godot's a little more out there. It's a little like
I
newer.
feel like Godot is better overall, but like learning it is kind of harder.
It is. Yeah, I've used both. I can confirm it's harder to learn. I'm definitely staying on Unity for now just because it's just easier.
Larry, you did a back boost. I'm so proud of you.
Wow.
You're
Oh
so
my god. I can't believe that.
That wasn't very grandmaster of
I can't
Larry.
believe I'm actually so mad today. I'm playing awful.
Larry, you were so grandmaster, and then you weren't.
I'm just not paying attention, so that's why I'm not doing good.
Bro. I think once.
Yeah, Rip Puffer.
Also, have you been
He's dead.
making any progress on doing like going from like maybe like stubbornness to end or something?
Yeah, I've beaten Stubbornness to end before already.
How about determination to end?
I think so. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did that. Honestly, I've been practicing Event Horizon a lot because that's probably my biggest choke point right now. So
Event Horizon is such a huge choke point.
That's what I'm working on.
Consistently difficult. It's consistently difficult. Well, determination has a hard peak.
it has like a couple hard rooms. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier than Event Horizon,
So
but
like in determination, there's just a few rooms you just practice, and then
yeah.
you're mostly good. Well,
Event Horizon's
you
just
have to
all of
practice
it's
almost
hard.
everything. Yeah.
Awful.
Like, especially some of the final rooms in Event Horizon. Because
Yeah, it's not a good time.
You go from the dream block rooms, which are scary as fuck, by the way. Like,
It is
the
just
dream
not a
block
good
room
time.
into the cycle dream block room is so, like,
And you have freaking comb
such-
room, which nobody likes comb room. It's not even that hard, but
my bad.
not
my
even that
bad.
hard. But I can't beat it anymore.
Guys, not my fault. I would never. But yeah, you go from the 2 dream block rooms to comb room to the cloud input, which isn't that bad, and then the final room. But since you're on the final room of Event Horizon, you know you're right. Because like, you know, this could truly be a pretty good run if you get past it, you know? Did Larry just die?
Nope.
Oh.
I just beat the bird. I did beat the
Oh
bird.
my god.
W. L bird.
L bird.
Bird more like trash at the game, get better. Skill issue. You can literally fly. You're literally fly hacking and I still beat you. Get on my level.
Elbozo.
Plus ratio.
Bro's literally in. Bro's literally in a glider map XD.
He's literally got an Elytron right now. He's got netherite armor and Elytra. It's not even fair.
Okay, Elytra maps are still so cool.
Yeah, I played one and I thought it was pretty cool. I'm a fan.
Yeah, Secret Santa.
Very interesting.
Secret Santa has so many cool Elytra maps. The first.
Secret Santa just has a lot of good maps.
Well, yeah, Secret Santa is better than Strawberry Jam in my opinion.
Yeah, in terms of the levels, like quality wise, I agree. But I still think people should start with Strawberry Jam if they've never played modded before. It's just such an easy, like accessible way to start.
Strawberry Jam has the library.
It's got the tutorials just built in, which is so nice.
Yeah.
Everything's super
The
accessible.
library especially.
Santa collab is also something more for people who are like into the modding sphere.
Yeah, I agree.
You've got maps like Voyage, which are like so modded.
And that would be just tough for a new player because it's like having a new player play like a super long level that's like completely different than anything they've seen before. Like that would be a lot to expect from someone who's just got into it.
Also, Secret, like, you know, Strawberry Jam had rules so the player wouldn't be overwhelmed with each collab level. Like there was like
Which
a
I like
room
that they
limit,
did that.
area limit, yada yada.
I'm a big fan that they did that.
Me personally, I understand the berry limit and the room limit. I mean, like, for maps I like, I wish some of them were longer.
Like Fate.
The limit was kind of near.
That went over.
Why there was a limit.
I think it would be hypocritical though for them to just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this rule, except for some maps, because then you would basically be insulting the maps that didn't have that by saying, "Oh, your maps are bad because we gave an extension to these ones." So I think it's good that they stuck by that. For the
Actually,
most part.
I mean, what was the room limit? Because like it's kind of vague. 'Cause some
It's
maps were
probably
really short.
it's probably a range.
that's
Like
pretty
it's probably
bad.
like a minimum and a max. That's what I bet.
Because like Azure, I think it's called Azure Caverns. That map had like 4 rooms or something. Like if you exclude.
Yeah, that room was freaking nothing. But then again,
Yeah.
there's probably a minute a max if I had to guess. That's probably
Yeah,
what it
wall
is.
paint is like fucking huge.
Well, paint, they're
It
like,
makes me really-
ooh, yeah, that's fair. We can go over for that
I am
one.
genuinely curious about. Okay, especially for maps like World Abyss, how does the room limit work? Because like.
I'm sure they have a
World Abyss
system.
is, like, because how World Abyss works, it's like 5 rooms, but there's like 3 checkpoints in each room.
Yeah, or if some levels might just get around that by having a really big rooms too. So they might just do that.
Or like, but Paint in general had really small rooms, but there were a shit ton.
Yeah, Paint does have little guys. That's true. They had the little cat guys. I do like them. Yeah,
Like,
they're silly.
I'm genuinely curious what the.
They're silly.
I mean, there had to have been a room limit, though. Like,
I
there
don't
had
know.
to have.
Man, you're gonna have to ask the I'm sure if you asked the Strawberry Jam dev, they would tell you.
Like, I'm okay.
Just go-
if
just
I
go
had to guess,
DM one.
Just based on the length of some of the maps, I'd have to say that maybe like they didn't have a defined room limit, but like they probably want you to keep it shorter, and like if it's too long, then they might ask you to shorten it in some way.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
probably do.
Like, I don't think, I don't think there was a defined room limit, because I feel like that would be weird.
I think it's fair to have that. Like to have a no, I'm not saying there should be a number. I think there should be a range, like a minimum and a maximum. I think that's fair. But I don't think they should have a hard number. Like you can only have 15 rooms. Like that wouldn't make sense. But having like, oh, you can have between, like you can have between 5 and 15 rooms or something. I think would be fine.
Well,
'Cause you're
I think
giving them-
Paint has like 25 rooms. Okay.
Yeah, well, apparently people were saying that Paint went over the limit. That was like their exception to the rule. And honestly, like I really can't blame them. Paint is pretty insane. Like,
I mean, we were just talking
Yeah.
about how exceptions like aren't good most of the time. Like,
yeah, I agree. I don't think they should have made it more, but I get why they did. Like, I understand it.
I feel like
I don't think they
Shattersong
should.
also had something similar to that, just
Yeah.
because Shattersong is really long.
Yeah.
And like Shattersong as well, like you know, flag one, like so. I'm
Yeah.
sure they wanted to make like so. I'm sure there was some sort of exception to make Shattersong longer because
They also
to
might
make it
have
more
some rule where it's like,
influential.
oh, if it's a tutorial room, it doesn't count or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
They might
or,
have
like,
stuff like that in place.
or like rooms where cutscenes take place or yada yada.
Yeah, like rooms that don't have a game. Maybe it's like a certain
Because
amount of
Paint-
gameplay rooms, not like actual.
Paint
yeah.
has like 4 rooms that are like cutscenes
Yeah.
or something.
But I do think Paint did deserve it because you can tell that was probably debatably one of the highest quality, most effort put into maps in Strawberry Jam, like in beginner at least. So like you can tell.
It's the most high
You know.
quality beginner map for me.
Yeah, I'm not even like saying it's the best. I'm just saying it's like the most effort definitely went into it. Like you can just tell. I'm not trying to say it's the best. Like you could
Yeah,
say it's the best. But that's subjective.
Okay, after learning how making cassette gameplay works, I have insane cassette.
I have a lot of respect for every cassette level because that seems like really difficult to make cassette gameplay. That's good.
I have insane. No, it's not even hard to make. Just setting it up is so.
Yes, I
horrible.
saw that. Yeah. Well, then you have to
Mars
make
was
yeah.
setting it up. Mars was setting it up, and oh my god,
Well,
it takes
especially if you're doing custom music. That's ooh.
like oh my god, it's so awful.
I'm assuming that must have been tough for the Celeste developers to implement that originally. But they probably had different ways of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been its own game.
Mm-hmm.
Real. I did that. Paint was
Paint
great.
was sick.
Paint was amazing.
Paint is my favorite beginner map. My second favorite beginner map is probably the.
I think it was
Strawberry
phenomenal.
map.
Strawberry Orchard.
It's either Strawberry Orchard or Rose Garden. Is my second favorite.
I mean, I like
Rose-
Rose Garden, but I
Rose-
just didn't find anything.
thought the gimmick was
I
really
just
cool.
like the Mario Galaxy reference. I was just like, ooh, it's Mario Galaxy. I just like that. That's
Well,
that.
I actually, my favorite level in the beginner,
Oh my god, dude.
actually,
I'm pissed
three
about that one.
favorite, maps in the beginner lobby are Dropsol, a gift from the stars.
Summer,
and,
get out of this PC right now.
I'm gonna be honest. I like a gift from the.
I know, I know.
I like Dropsol.
I don't understand. I just don't like you. Like don't like some puzzle levels, and then others you're like, I love it, and I just don't get it.
Because I don't love Dropsol. I'm not like, oh, Dropsol's like,
Okay, that's good.
pointless machines level of like great puzzles, but
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Mhm.
So sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. That was. Yeah. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
like a gift from the stars is like the garbage puzzle design, and pointless machines is actually peak puzzles.
I feel like A Gift to the Stars is pretty similar to Pointless Machines in a lot of ways.
No.
I will say. I feel like there's a lot of comparisons you can make.
I replayed Pointless Machines with a friend, maybe like a week or two ago. Do I still think it's bad? That's a
Bro
tough
doesn't
one.
want to admit that it's good.
I still think
I
don't.
That it's not as
I don't
bad
think-
as we made it seem, and bro does not wanna.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Okay,
I
here's
feel
my
like
opinion on it. I think as a map, it's fine, but as an intermediate map, I don't know.
What do you want in advance? Do you think? Oh, maybe it would have been better in advance. Maybe because of the first time.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think it's good in any lobby.
it's
Dude,
kind
I
of
think
weird.
I- I would be fine with more of weird levels like that if they made it so you don't have to get every heart to get to the heart side.
I
feel like that would
as,
make it better,
at an
'cause then you could skip
intermediate
it.
level, it's quite difficult to route, and I feel
Yes, it is. Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
I
like as
agree.
an intermediate player, and I feel like
That's what I feel like. The
It's an
fairest
intermediate
way
map, it
to
doesn't
judge
work
it is
very
from
well.
the perspective of that level player. And every Strawberry Jam I played, I was at the level of it exactly, because that's the first mod I ever played. Yeah.
But like for example, when I played Pointless Machines as a Grandmaster +1 player,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. But
You
like,
just have to put
way
yourself in
better.
the shoes of someone that is not as good. That's what you have to do.
Like even when I was like an expert or so player, like when I entered Pointless Machines, I didn't like it. But like, I also sucked at routing then.
I don't think Pointless Machines is bad because it's routing. I just don't like it for other reasons. So routing is fine. I have nothing against routing. I just don't like the way they did it in that specific level. I don't think routing as a whole is
I
bad.
like the
I
way
feel
you have
like-
a set thing to do, and you just have to figure out how to input it. It's like
So
I think that's so smart. It's such a cool idea.
it's literally the same as normal routing, except it takes away your freedom. That's all it is. It's just routing. That's it.
Oh,
How is that special? It's literally just routing.
You gotta figure it out. That's cool.
Yeah, but that's lame. They took away half the fun of routing by just doing it for you. Like they literally took away half of it.
For you,
They do half of it for you.
give you the solution, and you have to
Yes,
match
that's the one I don't like. I don't like that they give you the solution. I just want to figure it out myself.
I hate the second Pointless
idea
Machines
for a
second
puzzle.
berry room. I hate point.
Oh well, secondary room is stupid.
Okay.
Um,
Second berry room is ass. Okay, the one room I will say that was like something I genuinely enjoyed Pointless Machines to like a good extent was the first berry room.
I just don't like
The
the
first
concept. I don't care about the
think,
rooms.
Larry, you just, I don't know what you're on about, Larry.
I have great-
It's so good. It's such a creative
I have
idea.
provided nothing but logic and reasoning for my reason. I have given you every logical and reasonable thing for why, and I've explained it multiple times. All right.
I know.
I
I don't know what you want from
agree
me.
to a lesser extent because my opinion now on it is that as a map, it's not like garbage, but like as an intermediate map, it's just.
Like I'm not saying you're not allowed
I feel like
to like it. I'm just saying
there's actually quite
I-
a few maps that I felt like were like maybe too much routing for an intermediate
Yeah.
player.
I just disagree with the
Pufferfish
design
Transportation
flaws.
Co. reference.
I
I
don't think I think that was fun, and then, I was an intermediate player, and that was fine.
I don't
That was
think
fine.
I don't think Pufferfish Transportation
That was
Co. is,
fine. I was
don't
intermediate
think
somewhere, and that was fine. It's not a problem.
I don't think it's a bad map. I'm not saying that.
Okay, good.
I love Pufferfish Transportation Co.
That's good.
But
good.
even as a Grandmaster +1 player who hadn't played the map in forever, I was struggling with the genuinely.
I think you're just bad at routing then.
No, I'm good at routing for the most part. I mean,
So that just one
was-
specific level stumped you.
I don't know. It's just the combination of trying, like for example, the one specific.
I think it's just a different kind of
specific
routing.
Position,
Just a little different.
There's this one room where you have to specific position on a zip mover, and then you press a dash.
Yeah, it is a little funky, to be fair. I will agree with that. There's a couple rooms that are a little funky that you kind of got to be like, huh, that's a little weird. Like, they're not very conventional.
The rooms that I struggled with routing were the zip movers that you had to use twice, and like the weird swap block spring stuff.
Yeah, there was some really out of their
The
stuff.
rest of it, I think the routing was fine.
Yeah.
But like, I felt like that for like was a bit much for intermediate, maybe.
Yeah, I got stumped on it for a little bit. Like, I'll admit, like, I was stuck. I would definitely, of like the amount of, it took me like over an hour to beat it. Like, I was,
Pufferfish
you know, on it. Really.
Transportation Co. is made by the person
Who made what?
Kokodoko,
Oh, I don't know what that is.
I think. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
But
Bird
it's
is on a
it's
losing streak right now.
Grandmaster puzzle
True,
map. It's
true,
a
Wilbur.
Grandmaster puzzle map. No, spring. And I'm pretty sure Kokodoko and Pufferfish Transportation Co. are made by the same person.
Yeah, that's true. I did like doing the pixel perfect drops and drops, so that's how I beat it. I did like a couple puzzles, got sick of it, and just like
Me.
cheese the whole
me,
level. Hey,
me,
I can, you know, I'll give them, I'll respect them for that. They put cheese in there. I don't know
And, like, they allowed it.
they allowed it, and I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. They like knew that some people would not like it, and they're like, fine, we'll just give you an out.
Owen Cheryl, thank you so much. For,
Huge shout out.
for-
Also, I do kind of wish they made it so you don't need you need every heart to get in the heart doors, right?
Mhm.
I wish they made like they gave you like maybe 3, 4, 5 hearts that you could skip, so that way if you don't like a level, you don't have to play it. I'd be fine with that.
Okay,
I think that'd be great.
I could understand that if the heart sides are formatted different.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of is. They kind of just because the problem is, especially when you have such a levels that are very diverse in terms of gameplay. Like, no matter what kind of player you are, you're gonna run into some that you just don't like. And I think it would be good to be like, oh, okay, I'll just skip this one. Though I guess you could always cheat through it at that point. But I feel like that's not great because some people don't know how to cheat or don't want to cheat.
Jam included an assist specifically for that reason, where it opens the gate like without.
What do you mean?
They added like an assist thing, so you can open the heart gate.
Oh, they have like a
whenever you
button that
want,
you
if
can do it.
like-
That's good.
I don't know where it is, but I've heard that's apparently a thing.
I did not know about that. So maybe they was in a text box I didn't read. That's entirely possible.
I mean, it's probably just in like mod options or somewhere obscure. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But I guess it may, because the heart size are like, oh, it's all the levels you played, and if you skip the levels, then it would be kind of weird. So I get that a little bit, because some of the levels like teach you things that you need to know for the heart size. So like I get that they can't just let you skip them, but I don't know. It's kind of tough. Are you grinding
Okay,
Farewell
I still
Golden
think-
Turtle? Good luck. Good luck, brother.
Okay. I still think
To like Velvet Turtle.
this might sound crazy. I've said this before. I think like one of the most things. Am I cutting out a lot?
Yeah. I was about to say that. It's
I've
just an
been shown-
internet thing, right?
I don't think it's an internet thing. My mic just sucks.
Oh. You should. So I can. Do you have like any money at all? Because I could find you. I could find you like a decent, cheap-ish mic.
I have like no money.
All right, that's fair.
But like you could look around and see.
All right. Then I'm the, I can still look for one, but like if you don't have any money, that's fair. But maybe you could ask.
I'm using the current money that I have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it for.
Yeah.
The Persona 3 reboot.
Because what I would recommend is you can get like a not amazing but like fine mic for like maybe like 20 to 40 bucks depending on the market, and then what you do.
Mic I bought was like just a random one I found at Walmart for 20 bucks.
Yeah, but also what you can do is you can make any mic sound infinitely better by buying a $10. Let me just show it to you. It's basically a mic arm. It attaches to your desk. And it lets you put your mic right up to your face. And the reason why that's important is because, first of all, it's not sitting on your desk, so it's not picking up vibrations from like your keyboard and stuff. But also, you can turn your gain down, because how it works is the higher your gain, the lower the quality, but the louder the mic is, the more it picks up. But if you put it right next to your face, you can lower the gain, so it only picks up your voice, and it's like much clearer.
Yeah.
So I can go look. I'll send it all to you. I can show it to you after stream. It definitely would make it a lot better, and you can do it for like reasonably cheap.
What was I talking about before?
I genuinely am blanking. I don't remember. I got distracted.
I remember Grandmaster Heartside or whatever.
Something like that. Something about Strawberry Jam.
Grandmaster Heartside was like so unbalanced, yet it was.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard the gameplay was not the best. That's what I heard.
It's really unbalanced, but it was unironically my favorite, even though it was unbalanced as it was. Like,
yeah, I think the presentation alone like gives it a, you know, makes it cool.
Larry, you're gonna love Expert Heartside.
All right. Does it have good presentation?
Yes, it's just as good as Grandmaster.
Oh wow, really?
Heartside.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What?
And it has like
Really?
an entire ending.
That's actually sick.
It's so.
I would have thought they put all the budget into Grandmaster just because it's the last one.
Me personally, I feel like Side has.
You cut out again.
I'll rejoin.
All right.
I think Expert Heartside has the highest budget.
Really interesting. I haven't played
Yes.
it, so we'll see.
The backgrounds are beautiful.
Well, I'm excited.
Like, genuinely.
I just have.
The only issue is that my old crappy PC with like an Intel CPU. crappy
I
Intel CPU,
remember you talking
couldn't
about
even
this.
I couldn't even run Expert Heartside.
I do remember you talking about that. That was really funny.
Well, it could run Expert Heartside, but like not like
The
the
Intel
final Six
CPU.
Flags.
The freaking like 1922 Intel CPU. Freaking
Yeah.
like Middle Ages time era.
But yeah, it could not run Expert Heartside on like,
That's
the last
hilarious.
Six Flags.
Well,
So to this day, I've never actually done the final Six Flags.
Yeah, in my PC to this day, I still have a running Windows 7 like 2003 like Dell computer, and it literally like is the freaking oldest thing. It's older than me. It's so funny. Like it is crusty as hell.
Okay, but you just have to
Oh, man.
remind yourself that my CPU is just that bad, right?
Yeah, that's
That my
valid.
CPU is just that bad. Now mine is way better. Like, I can. It's so much better.
Yeah, anything's an
I mean,
upgrade over what you had.
I mean, yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
crash after an hour of playing Mad Hunt.
Yeah,
Let's go.
your old thing probably had like 1 megabyte of RAM. It's probably how
it
much
had,
you were
like,
running.
I think it had like 4
Probably had
gigabytes.
4, which is what the old ones used to have, which is not enough anymore. Honestly, the 16 should be the standard now. That's how I think of it, because if you
How many do I
using
have?
Google will use 8 by like if you have like a YouTube video playing or something, or you're just using Google, that's like 8 gigs by itself now, because Google takes so much of your freaking data.
Yeah, I have.
Well, I don't use Google, but-
I have 15.2
Yeah.
gigabytes.
But if you ever guys want to know why I use Firefox instead of Google, it's because of the RAM. Like I only have 16 gigs of RAM, and using video editing is very demanding, and I just need to save whatever I can. That's why I use Firefox.
Yeah.
Also, like, Google's pretty awful. They're pretty immoral.
I already have like 13 gigabytes of my memory being used right now.
Yeah, exactly. So it just modern software takes up a lot of RAM, so you just need at least like 16. That's just how it be. The technology is advancing. Guys, our technology is so advanced. Hey. You know the one thing that sucks though? I was really hoping that like by now storage would get cheaper. Storage has gotten more expensive, which sucks. Like I was hoping that in the future we would have like infinite storage like for free. Like somebody would like they'd have a scientific discovery and they'd be able to make like so much storage fit into like a tiny little card. But no, it's insanely expensive, which is awful. And things are taking up more and more storage, but it's costing more and more because the demand for storage is getting higher, and they haven't really found a good way. Like, imagine we had, like, a 1 petabyte hard drive that you could just put in your freaking PC. Like, that'd be hype. And it was, like, cheap. It was, like, 50 bucks.
My Opera GX uses, like, 35% of my memory.
Yeah.
Which
Honestly...
I'm fine with, because I never do anything that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, usually, like...
Yeah, I don't really think Opera's much better than Google, because they're both closed source and taking your data, so and they're using Chromium. So it's like, if you don't care about that, it's not a big deal.
I
but
really don't give a
give
a fuck if you steal my data, because everything has my data.
I don't either. Just when it was ruining my performance, I got kind of mad. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Everything steals my data like ever.
Yeah.
So.
But like, if you were someone that did care about that, then you wouldn't want to use Google. Well, because it's funny, because people will be like they'll be like complaining about like, oh my god, they're taking our data. Like, I remember when people were complaining that Pokemon Go is like taking their data. I'm like, bro, you are using a phone. Your phone is broadcasting to the world your exact location just by using it. You are on Google. They know everything about you already. Like, Pokemon Go having your location is not that bad. Like, there's a lot worse things that you're using. Amazon's taking like tons of your data. Like, it's not that bad.
I don't give a fuck. Take my data. Take Larry.
I know, I'm playing really bad today. I'm kind of pissed off right now.
You've accidentally done a down.
I know. I'm really pissed. I should have made it to Event Horizon like 5 more times, but I keep doing dumb stuff like that. And normally I'm a lot more consistent, but I'm just playing awful right now. Because I stream late. When I stream earlier, I play way better. If I actually committed to 9 p.m. streams, I'd be so much better. But I just don't. That's my problem. I'm not very consistent at anything. So that's in my life, so I'm not very good at scheduling stuff. I try, but I'm not very good. That's true. Pokemon Go lets you catch Pokemon. That's true. Yeah, listen, if freaking Nintendo wants to know my exact location, they can have it, man. I don't care. That's fine. Oh, you play Pikmin Bloom? I've never tried Pikmin Bloom. Is that any good? I have not tried it. It's like Pokemon Go, but worse. But actually better since it's Pikmin. I know you like Pikmin. You know what I might do one of these days? I might legally obtain Pikmin 4 for free and play it and just try it out. Because I don't really have $60 to spend, but you know, I have other means of getting it. You know, so you know. We might do that. There's a demo. Maybe I'll just get the demo and try it out. Because then I don't have to legally obtain it for free. Oh yeah, of course, legally for free. Yeah, no, I would never, guys. I would never condone piracy. I would never pirate a game. I've never done that. Never. Not once. Not a single time. Like, it's not like I have a massive folder bookmarked with all the different places websites I can go to legally download. I would never do that. I would never do that. No, don't, guys, don't pirate games. It's not like all you have to do is go search up ROMs, Megathread, Reddit, and get every single ROM to everything ever. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted them, they could be there.
Piracy is bad, but you can do it.
I'm not saying you should. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying like, you know, if you were to accidentally Google that, you know, you might be able to find the ROMs there. That's all I'm saying. Just saying, you know. Oops, oopsie. Oh, I just downloaded it. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I would never pirate. You should send me the link so I know how to not get to them. Yeah, don't worry. I'll send you the links on how to not. I'll send you the links so you know to not go to that website. Just in case. Just in case you forgot. Just in case you're worried about accidentally going to the pirating website, I'll tell you what it is so you don't go to it. Oh man. It's okay. I have my resources, okay? I you know, I know where to get my stuff, okay? Listen, listen, as a person without a job, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know, to get to play certain games and get certain things, okay? Okay, especially like Pokemon games that are freaking inflated because scalpers buy all of them off eBay and they're freaking hundreds of dollars. Absolute scam. Don't buy a Pokemon game for hundreds of dollars on eBay. Just emulate it. I'm just gonna tell you. Literally just emulate it, alright? Nobody cares. They're old games. They don't sell them anymore. Nintendo doesn't make money on them. Just emulate them, alright? Don't waste your money on that. No, I mean emulate it legally, of course, is what I meant to say. But like emulate it. Because emulation is not illegal by itself. It's just the means of getting the game that's illegal. So, you know, if you were to rip the game off the cartridge and then emulate it, put it on your PC, that's technically legal. But no one does that.
Like you can't.
Yeah, yeah. Like how are they gonna prove it? Like, yeah, it's a copy of the game. Yeah, I ripped it off my copy that I bought 10 years ago, and then I sold it. I don't have it anymore. Like, how are they gonna prove that? I could just say that. It's like, oh yeah, I sold that copy of Pokemon. I don't have it anymore, but I ripped it off of that legally, of course. Like they can't prove. 90% of anime pirate sites got nuked like 2 days ago. It's been rough for me since then. Don't worry, Adrian. They'll spawn more. It's like the Hydra. When you chop one head off, there'll be 10 more that sprout up. Because what they do is those people, they have like automated systems that make new websites with new domains every time they get taken down. It's the same with like the movie pirating sites and all the ROM ones too for video games. Like they literally just can't be stopped because there's just always more of them than they can take down. Larry, please acknowledge me. Wait, what are you saying, Luca? Oh, you just want me to say hi. Yeah, hello. Sorry. I was just trying to read chat and not die. I try my best to read all the messages, but I do miss some. That's kind of on me. Okay. Internet Archive lost. Oh, really? Internet Archive lost the lawsuit. I heard about that lawsuit. That sucks. Someone trying to preserve media online. Oh no, that's taking away my money. I have to stop them immediately. Companies like, wait, somebody. Have you seen like the one meme where it's like they like use it's like an AI recreation of a scene from SpongeBob, and it's like guys. And it's like, hello Nintendo, I am a paying customer. Would you put your old games on the eShop so I can buy them with my money? And they're like, no, sorry, we're not gonna do that. And it's like, okay, well I guess I have to pirate them now. And they're like, hey, you can't do that. Alright, have fun, Squid.
Goodbye.
So like Nintendo's like, oh yeah, don't pirate our games, but also there's no way to get it on our current system. So you either have to spend hundreds to buy them off, like to buy them off eBay, or you have to pirate it. It's like you're not giving people the option to pay for it, so like of course they're gonna pirate it. You can literally make money off of this legacy stuff, and they're just not, because they're just like not putting their old content available for people to use. It's so stupid. Is it Squib or Squid? It's Squib, but I just say Squid because I think it's funny. But it's Squib. Wait, no, I use that site to read Percy Jackson. Real. Man, I just have the Percy Jackson book from all the freaking book fairs I went to in elementary school. I bought all of them there. Dude, those books were hype back in the day. Read those in middle school. That was like the book to read in middle school. Was Percy Jackson. Like that's what everyone did. Or in elementary school. I owe everything in my life to Percy Jackson because that's the first book I read that I didn't hate. Like when I was a kid, I like hated reading, and then I read Percy Jackson. I'm like, you know what? It's not so bad. Now, Percy Jackson's great. Though. I've reread all of those books like 10 times over. They're so rereadable. They're very consumable too. I think the reason, like, I remember I saw an interview they did with Rick Riordan, which is the person that made the Percy Jackson books. He said what he would do is he would write a draft of the whole story, like he would just bang it out, write the whole thing out. And then he would go through each scene, and if there was ever a scene that there wasn't action going on, like there wasn't plot progression, he would just get rid of it. So literally there was 0 filler scenes, and there was only the plot just kept moving. And that's why it was easy for kids to consume, because it was like, it was a perfect low attention span book because it was always moving. There was always action happening, which is genius. Like, it was so smart. As the problem with like reading books as a kid is it's like it's just boring, because it's like, oh, all this character development, like I want to see some action happen. So Rick Riordan's like, all right, we'll just get rid of the boring scenes and make all of it happen in the action scenes. And then he still managed to have character development happen even when the plot was moving, which is really, he's just a good writer. I don't know how he did that, but he pulled it off. Because normally you have to allocate scenes for the character development that isn't moving the plot but still is developing the character. But he just combined them and made scenes that moved the plot and had character development in it, which is impressive. Yeah, that is the problem, because parents won't teach reading to their kids, so they'll go to school not knowing how to read. They'll be forced to read books, and they'll hate it because they're being forced to read it in school, and they just don't like it, and they're bad at it. And then they grow up hating reading, and then they are bad at reading because they hate reading for the rest of their life, and then that just makes them bad at reading and writing, which are
I like
just not
reading
good.
manga.
Yeah, that counts. Reading is reading. But some people will not even touch a book because they just hate it. Some people just
Reminder
won't.
that I've read over 1,000 chapters of One Piece.
Oh my god. Alright,
It's
so you got to.
actually good, you know? It's
I'm sure.
surprisingly good.
I'm not saying it isn't. I just am not into anime, so I just think it's funny.
I think it took me 5 months.
I just don't watch TV shows because I'd rather rot my brain with YouTube. So it's like I'm not proud of it,
Okay.
but that's what
But
happens.
here's the thing.
It's just what happens.
There's so okay. You should not read manga on piracy sites. But there's a lot of good ones.
However, you know, there's a couple sites that you might find them on. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And I mean, it gives me something to do in class. That's what I've always done.
Yeah.
That's what I did the entirety of last year. Whenever I was bored, I just read One Piece.
Yeah. Valid.
Never skipped a chapter. And like, surprisingly, there's like no filler. Like, there's just stuff happening constantly.
It's 1,000 chapters and it's no filler. That's wild.
Well, I guess you could call certain things filler.
Okay, well, filler isn't bad. Like, people will say filler like it's a bad thing. Filler isn't bad. But, like, depending on the genre of books, like, filler can be done in a bad way, I guess, is how I'm trying to word it. And filler can be done in a good way. Because
One Piece does filler after a major arc. Since it's like pirate, you like ocean, you on ship. It takes a while to travel to another island, so the filler is just them hanging out on the ship and doing hijinks, and I think that's the good way to do filler. Like, and then like maybe like a miscellaneous island you go to, but even the filler island can still have something important happen, at least something. So it's still contributing to the story in some way.
Still contributing.
Which I think is crazy. Because, like, there could be something unrelated that's happening, but, like, something important will happen at some point just to make sure that
Eventually.
arc isn't nothing.
Don't worry, I'll speed run reading 1,000 chapters of One Piece. I got this. That's like one day, easy, light work. We'll speed run it. No, I think too. I'm not a big fan of anime tropes too, so it's really hard for me to watch anime. I've tried a couple times. I just
You don't really see. I really
That's
don't
tough for
see
me.
like anime tropes in One Piece much. Well, I mean, of course there's anime tropes.
There's always
hot,
anime
hot
tropes.
woman. Who cares? But that's like basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard something crazy that apparently a lot of the female characters in One Piece were designed by the guy as a wife cosplaying different like
That's kind of funny.
styles and then like trying to design the character around that.
That's actually
I think
kind of
that's so
funny.
silly.
That is
But
silly.
that's like a kind of a valid way to design a character.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, it's a good way to get the perspective on a character
Yeah.
and like the dimensions because it's literally in real life.
Also, the thing with having like a hot woman in anime, that's not just an anime. They do that for like, you ever see those like mobile games where they always have like the hot anime girl on the front of it because it gets more clicks. Like it's just good. It's just good
Yeah.
marketing. That's why they do it. It like works. It's sad, but it works. You know what I mean?
Like One
So-
Piece is like the best-selling manga ever, which is crazy. But like it's also not crazy because it's been going on for 27 years. now.
Well, it's OG. It's OG.
Yeah. It's OG and it's been popular. for
See, what
so
I need to do is there's some TV shows I need to watch that people have been yelling at me. Like I need to watch Breaking Bad. That's one that there's so many memes I've seen of it, and it's like everybody knows what Breaking Bad is, and I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
and it's
but
like-
I don't either.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I should though, but I just don't watch TV shows. But I know it would be a good cultural thing for me to know. It's just I don't know it.
Sorry, I only watch the lesbian Disney TV shows.
Well, like I literally have like like I have Breaking Bad memes downloaded on my computer. It's like if I wanted to use it for a video, but I haven't watched the movie. So it's like I know the
It's a-
memes more than the
It's a
movie.
show, not a movie, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's a show. I just messed it up, yeah. Like I
Isn't it,
haven't watched.
Isn't it like pretty damn long though?
It's long and I've heard it's very dark too, so I'd have to be like ready for it. Ah, dude.
Again, I really don't give a fuck about dark themes. I could care less.
Well,
Is that
yeah,
bad?
it's just like there's some movies are sorry, some shows are like really dark. Like I've watched a couple where it's like, whoa, that's a
Like
little
what?
much. I'm trying to think of one. I can't think of a good example, but like it's not even like dark themes, it's just like the vibe. Like some of them just have vibes where it's like, okay, that's just depressing. Sometimes you don't want to watch something that's depressing. Sometimes it's like that doesn't, you know, if you're not, you got to be in the mood for it sometimes. So because the funny thing is Breaking Bad is like supposedly really dark, but the memes make it look so stupid. So like the memes like make it look dumb, which I think is funny that people take something so dark and then they turn it into a meme. But people have always been doing that. Like every tragic event in history has been memed on. So it's like that just always happens. Like 9/11 gets memed on literally all the time. And World War II, right? World War One, all of it. Vietnam War. People make memes about that all the time. It's just dark humor. Which I like myself some dark humor. I can appreciate. I can appreciate a good 9/11 joke. It's a little overused, to be fair. I think they could use some other tragic events. Like 9/11 does get overdone. Like I get it's a big thing like recently, but like, come on, guys, we got some other options.
Real.
Like, come on, we can diversify our dark humor, guys. Like, we can do that. I think it's just a universally like known thing, whereas some other tragedies people don't know about. So. Yeah, I don't really play many horror. I do not like horror games. Not a fan. The only one I like is Lethal Company, but that one's like with other people, so it's not as scary because it's just kind of
That
funny.
one's barely a horror game.
I mean, there's some pretty scary stuff in that game. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it can get pretty scary. I would count it as like a multiplayer horror game, kind of like Phasmophobia or something.
I just don't think it's scary.
I mean, that's fair. I definitely think it's pretty scary. Some of the
I don't think
monsters in that
anything
game.
I barely think anything is scary, to be fair. So,
I guess you're just built diff.
uh,
You're just
again,
built different.
I think this stream I said about how I've been sent like gore videos before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could care less about those. So like horror in general, or like, well, I guess horror can kind of be
Yeah.
different.
I feel like horror isn't scary because there's like a jump scare or because it's gory. I feel like the scariest horror is like atmospheric horror. Like when you have headphones on and it's like, and like you can hear the sounds and like I feel like good sound design and the visuals of just like atmosphere makes it scary. Not the actual jump scare or the monster itself. It's the build up to it, you know? Like something like Five Nights at Freddy's is really not that scary because like a lot of the jump scares are pretty cheap, and some of the games have decent atmosphere, but a lot of them don't have the greatest atmosphere. Especially Security Breach. We are not gonna. Yikes, man. That game is just sad. But the atmosphere and the build up is what's important, not the actual like
Security
jump
Breach
scare.
is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
And
Did you know that the file size is like so big because there's literally like tens of gigabytes of unused files they just didn't get rid of in the final game because they rushed it out so fast. They probably updated it and got rid of it, but in the original game it had it. Like people found
Yeah,
like
they-
whole entire parts of the game, like levels and rooms that just weren't put in. They just didn't put it in. It's insane.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think like analog horror is pretty scary. I like analog horror.
Analog horror isn't really scary to me either.
I think you just aren't scared by horror.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get. Again, I just don't care about stuff. I just don't.
I think you just don't feel like, I don't know if, I guess emotion would be the right word, because fear is an emotion. So like you just don't have as much emotion as a normal person, I guess. That makes sense.
I mean,
Cuz like
I
cuz like
consider
you
myself to be a. Okay, emotions are really weird for me.
well, cuz think about it. Like you were saying like you didn't care, like someone sent you gore or whatever, and like you didn't feel anything. Like to me that's like if you were like you saw that and you were like disgusted by it or whatever, like that's an emotion. So to me, I feel like maybe like you have a suppressed sense of emotion, something like that. I don't know what you would call that, but I'm not really sure what the term is for that.
Like there's like, for example, people get like freaked out and like, you know, you dissect something in like a
Oh,
science
yeah.
class or something.
Yeah, some people get freaked out by
And
that.
then, like, yeah, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's like a dead frog. And then I'm just,
Yeah.
like, to me, it's just like, it's a dead frog. Why are you so freaked out? But like, because I don't understand why they're freaked out.
Because you don't. Well, because the reason they're freaked out is because when somebody looks at a dissected frog, they imagine the frog getting killed and it having like bloods and guts coming out of it, and to that, for most people, like that's just like ew. That's like awful to think about. Because most people, like, the concept of death is scary for, you know, just in general. So when you see something dissected, it's like, oh, that thing died. And you like, when you eat like chicken, it doesn't even look like the original animal, so you don't really see it. But when you're dissecting something, like, you actually get to see what it looks like when it died, you know? So I think that's why people get like afraid of it. But like, if you just don't
Yeah.
care about that, then like, you wouldn't be scared.
Because how it works for me, I don't feel much emotion usually. Like, I mean, there's a few emotions that I definitely experience, like, to a bigger extent. Like, happiness. I mean, I'm happy, like, I'm definitely happy, like.
Well,
more
because
than
when you're like laughing, that's an emotional response. So that's an emotion by itself when you're laughing. So, I mean, obviously, you know, like I think when they like study, like you were talking about, like, oh, I'm not a sociopath. Like, I don't think you're a sociopath because
Yeah.
Most sociopaths are literally like blank expression. Like they never like laugh. They never do anything. So I think you're just like somewhere in the middle between like standard like regular emotion person and
Yeah, that's why I was
sociopath.
saying I didn't think I was a sociopath.
No, I think it's very unlikely you're a sociopath. I don't think you are.
My emotions are definitely not like.
Like I think they might just be like less than less than average, but not necessarily like
They're a lot less than.
yeah, like significantly less than average, but not like nothing, you know.
Well, I mean, you can't experience no emotion. That's not a thing.
I'm pretty
close to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's kind of a spectrum, so it's like any mental disorder. It's a spectrum, so it's kind of hard to be like absolute.
But there's no emotion. That's not a thing that exists. You can't just be emotion.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure
it's kind yeah, I don't know. That's kind of tough because it's like the psychopath. So the difference between sociopath and psychopath is like you're born without a feeling of empathy for anything, whereas sociopath is it's like something you develop over time. But like psychopaths, you could argue that psychopaths don't feel emotion at all, but it's kind of hard to know because like psychology is all a little bit speculative. Like you can't really go inside someone's brain and see what they're thinking and see what they're thinking. So you kind of have to guess a little bit. So it's kind of hard to like say definitively like, oh yeah, they're not feeling anything, or you are feeling something.
You have to feel something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, everyone feels pain, right? That's I don't think pain's in a
Well,
I don't know.
everyone, not everyone actually. Some people are born without pain receptors.
Yeah, that's true. But like, assuming you're born with all of your proper organs and everything and nerves and everything, everyone universally feels pain, and that's like, I don't know if that counts as emotion. I don't remember my psychology enough. But that's something that everyone experiences. So like, I don't know. I think like being a psychopath, the definition is like you don't feel anything, but I don't know how you would be able to prove that. Like you could guess that someone's a psychopath, but like how do you know? So like that's tough. Let me Google it.
Like, yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, it's a lack of remorse for one's actions or an absence of empathy for others, and often criminal tendencies. There you go.
Just because you don't have empathy doesn't mean you're emotionless, though.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Empathy is like one emotion of many emotions.
Out of the many.
So like not feeling empathy doesn't mean you can't feel emotion. It just means you have less empathy than most people. You know? With that, it's just weird. But yeah. But like if you were a textbook definition psychopath, you would literally feel none of them. Like you wouldn't feel happy, you wouldn't feel sad, you wouldn't feel remorse. Like I think the problem with psychopaths, the reason they always like kill people and like commit crimes is because if you're a normal person and you killed somebody, there's direct consequences to your action and you feel bad because you feel the remorse for what you did. But when you're a psychopath, you don't feel that because there's no emotion. And you're just like, you don't understand why that's a bad thing, why killing somebody even is bad. So you just do it. So I think that's the problem. So it's tough. But yeah, you're definitely not a sociopath or a psychopath because you feel some emotion at least. So like
just to a very lesser extent, which is
yeah.
So
it's like a suppressed amount of emotion.
That I don't. I've wanted to make it clear that
so guys, I've never killed anybody. Guys, I promise I haven't killed anyone today. Guys.
Okay. Maybe this is bad to admit. I used to know someone who okay, they didn't do it intentionally, and like they were charged for it, and they like, you know, they it's like in their past now.
Yeah.
But like, I knew someone. I guess a major accident occurred somehow. They don't like talking about it in like detail. But
someone died?
A major accident happened somehow, and they caused the death of another person.
Yeah.
So,
But it was on accident, right? That's a different.
Yeah,
That's different.
yeah, yeah. It was on accident, of course.
That's because
But,
that's
like,
second degree murder, not first degree.
Like, I learned that, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't really care.
Yeah, that it would. Yeah, I mean, that's I feel like that's not like that. Oh, I almost just died. That's not that bad.
Don't
'Cause
get
it's-
crushed by that Kevin.
Especially when it's like a random person. Like think about it, like I feel empathy for people, but I still make jokes about 9/11 because it's like I didn't have a family member in there, so like I don't feel a connection to it because I just don't know anyone or anything about it. But like if my freaking like if my parents died in that plane, then I would feel that. Then I would feel empathy. I'd feel emotion towards that. But like when it's disconnected from you, it's a lot easier to like not care about it, you know. But some people feel like loads of empathy, and like that's why people get offended, and that's why that exists, because people are like, because their like emotions are very like sensitive, I guess is the right word, where like they're very susceptible to their emotions and they're not good at controlling it. So like their emotions get out of hand and they get angry when somebody says something or somebody does something. So you're like the opposite. You're not sensitive, you're like suppressed. Like suppressed emotion. Which is interesting. But it, you know, it makes sense like that it exists. Like if somebody can be sensitive to emotion, somebody can be suppressed to emotion. It makes sense. It's all a spectrum, right? Like it's all there's no like absolute no emotion or
It's
full
very
emotion.
weird to me though, because okay, normally a lot, like 99% of the time, I will like I just won't show much emotion, right?
Yeah.
But there are very
Damaged.
specific scenarios where I am a lot more vulnerable and sensitive, and it's very rare.
So it's just like to a lesser extent, like it happens, but it's not like an often experience. Because emotion comes in waves, so like that makes sense that like it happens only sometimes. So like,
It's very, very rare.
and it might also just be like it only gets triggered in certain ways for you. Like it's only certain people and certain things that happen that can trigger that like response. Whereas for some people it's more common. So like it makes sense. And I think too like
Building blocks and shit.
some people aren't naturally like suppressive of their emotions, but some people develop it over time because like society does a very good job at promoting suppression of emotions. Because like think about it, when you're working at a job or you're going to school, you can't just like start crying randomly because then people would think you're weird, right? So like you have to suppress, even if you're feeling really sad or feeling really happy, you have to suppress it because you don't want to seem out of the ordinary, because then like you wouldn't fit in. So
Also,
it's a whole thing.
Turquoise Snake, I don't think showing less emotion means edgy.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm,
different.
Like, definitely not edgy. Like,
No, not
the
at
one
all.
emotion I show a lot of specifically has been love, I guess. That's just something I've noticed.
Yeah. Edgy isn't a lack of emotion. Edgy is just you like dark humor a lot. That's really all edgy is.
Like-
It's just like a
like-
slang term for liking dark humor. That's literally it.
I mean, I don't consider myself edgy. I make dark humor sometimes, but
Yeah. I mean, a lot
that's
of
not
people
really
do.
what I do constantly.
It's only edgy if you do it all the time. At least in my head, that's how I think of edgy. It's like someone that's always just saying crazy things or saying dark things.
Jiggle reference? Jiggle reference?
That's true, Jay. I would say Jiggle's kind of edgy. Oh, not in real. He's edgy in stream. He's not edgy in real life though. Because I know him in real life.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't act like this in real life. I say the craziest stuff on stream. I would not say any of this in real life. I say some of the most wild things I
Real,
would never even get close to saying.
Real.
Bro, if I talked
You're
like how I do
so
on stream
real
in
for
real
that.
life, I'd be cooked. I'd literally
so
get
real
cooked
for
hard. Yeah. Also, get elbozo bird. Get wrecked. Not even close. Bird is taking the L today. Like I am destroying the bird.
Minecraft.
Dude, I can't wait for Jack Black to sing that. I'm so excited.
so
I'm
excited,
so
guys.
hyped, guys.
Guys,
Okay,
this
I'm
is gonna be
excited to
such a
watch it
Sigma movie.
because I know it's gonna be like one of those movies where it's like terrible, but it's gonna be so funny how terrible it is. You know what I mean? There's gonna be so many memes made of it, so I'm just excited to see that happen. Or you know what it could be? It could be like a Sonic situation where the backlash is so strong that they like redesign the whole movie. That would be funny if that
You're
happened.
so real for that.
I hope they do that. I hope they do a Sonic
Okay,
redesign.
the Sonic movies were actually like pretty cool.
Oh, but remember the original Sonic design? Remember? You remember that thing? Remember that creature before they fixed it? Like,
that gremlin.
imagine how bad the Sonic movies would have been if it was with that thing instead of the redesigned version. You imagine how bad that would have been.
Like, character designs are one of the most important parts.
It is. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a trailer already. If you guys haven't seen it, it's awful. It's a minute. It's terrible. It's like the plot of Jumanji, but done in such a worse way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like
I'm kind of happy that like the Sonic movies actually look like the Sonic movies are
Yes.
good from like
yes. Also
a
and
like a video game enjoying perspective.
yes, they're entertaining and like they're nothing crazy, but like they're fun watches and nothing about it is like insane because like Sonic and in the new ones like Tails and everybody like they look like what the character you would expect them to look like, but freaking in the Minecraft movie they're just humans walking around this like weird photorealistic Minecraft texture pack world and nothing
they really
fits.
They really dedicated themselves to the a block is 1 meter and it makes it look horrible.
Yeah, and also they use the textures aren't Minecraft textures. They're like using it looks like a realistic texture pack. Like, you know what I'm talking about? How people do those like
I'm fine
ultra
with that.
realistic
I'm fine.
texture packs, which just looks
I'm
off.
fine with that, but not for the mobs.
Oh, the fur! I hate the fur. I hate it.
They
Hate
verified
it.
everything.
Everything is fur, and it all looks like this weird like photo, kind of realistic but kind of not look. And it's like
the
just
creepers,
commit.
The creepers did not need to be made out of grass.
They look like they look like fur. They look like dogs. Like they have like fur on them. It's so
The
weird.
creepers look like they're made out of grass.
Like I would expect a
One thing
creeper
I
to
would
be
like
like
to say-
scaly, you know what I mean? Like a
One thing I'd
reptile.
like to say, I do think the piglins look really nice.
Yeah, piglins and gas, I like how they look. The humans like are poorly green screened in. Like if you look at the intro, the proportions are not accurate.
If you zoom in too, you can see like some like green screen.
Yeah, you
Like,
can
you're
see
probably
this-
not gonna notice that in
yeah.
the theater. But
But also like the proportions of the human green screened in are not accurate to the Minecraft world at all. Like they don't look like they belong in the world. They just look like they got green screened in. They don't look like a part of the world.
yeah.
And also, like, it worked fine in Jumanji because Jumanji took place in, like, a real-world-looking setting, whereas this is an animated, like, CGI setting. And instead of animating the actors, they're all, like, real. It just doesn't work because the world doesn't look like that. And, like, half the animals and creatures are animated, and then they're just not animated. So it's just like, why? They should have just done a Mario movie where it was all animated. That would have looked fine. The Mario movie had great animation. Like, you don't have to love the Mario movie. It was good. I liked it, but like, it was well done. You have to like admit, like they did good with the animation. It looked good. At the very least. So. It looked good, and it was like a coherent story that actually made sense, unlike the Minecraft movie, which is like, what is happening? It's like, I don't know. And also, Jack Black, they didn't even try to make him look like Steve. They just gave him a blue shirt. That's it. They didn't like give him makeup or anything. They didn't even try. It's like, yeah. It does look like, I've heard people saying it looks like AI. Yeah, it looks terrible. You know what it looks like? Go on Google and search up realistic Minecraft, and if you go to images, it literally just looks like they Googled it. Like, it doesn't even look like they tried. Yeah, Jack Black and Steve Wilbur, we're not even joking. You think we're joking? We're not joking. This is real. This is the timeline we live in,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
This is... I don't know how to feel about this, but this is... Like, I remember hearing for the first time that Jack Black, and I'm like, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, there's no way this is real. Then you see the trailer, and you're like, wait.
Like hearing Jack Black playing Steve, like,
Yeah.
that sounds fine at first until
And then you see it. And also, like, I think he was good for Bowser because he just has that roaring voice that makes sense for a villain, but does not make sense for Minecraft Steve. You know what I mean?
Jack Black, if he actually like, if he like put like, if he dedicated himself to making him look like Minecraft Steve, I
Yeah,
think he could
it
do
would be
it well.
fine. Yeah, it would. But they
could do
didn't
it
try. They
well.
gave him a blue shirt. That's it.
They gave him a fucking blue
They
shirt.
gave him a blue shirt. That's it. They didn't give him makeup. They didn't give him anything. They didn't give him like a dress or a dress code. They're just like, yeah, have a blue shirt. Have an old blue shirt that we found in the closet.
Yay!
Like, oh my, like, come on, guys.
So
Movie is 10 years in the making, and this is all you have to show. Like, that's embarrassing.
Isn't it 13 actually?
Actually, it might be longer. You might be right. Like, come on, dude.
Like I know. Okay, the FNAF movie was also goofy as fuck, but at least
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I think the FNAF
Minecraft
movie was serviceable. I don't think it was amazing, but I thought it was fine. You
It
know?
definitely shouldn't have taken as long as it did to be.
Yeah, yeah, but at the same time, like, I get it. Like, making movies is like, there's a ton of moving parts, and things happen, and people get fired, and things, you know, stuff
And
happens.
also, Scott Cawthon, like made like 20 scripts and scrapped all of
Yes.
them.
Yeah,
Because
that
he
sounds
couldn't
like
decide on something.
that sounds like Scott Cawthon. Yeah, that is very Scott Cawthon like.
And me personally, some of the scrapped scripts that we saw a bit of, like the
Huh.
premises of them sound better than what we got in the movie.
Yes, that is very well, because Scott Cawthon just like, he kind of just makes up the story as he go. He's not like Toby Fox where everything's planned out from the beginning and he knows everything. Yeah, he just like kind of wings it. You know. That's why every
I mean,
Five Nights at
Deltarune
Freddy's
is-
game is like, yeah.
Deltarune is kind of planned out to an. The
Yeah.
ending is planned out, but the build
Yeah.
up to it isn't.
But like the basic story is planned out. Like the basic like idea and premise. Like Toby Fox said he had it planned out long before he made the
Toby
game.
Fox, yeah, Toby Fox said he got the ending of the game from a dream.
Yes. But Scott Cawthon doesn't. He just makes it up. He has no like idea of where it's gonna go. He just comes up with it every time he makes a game. But obviously he retired now. But like he's still kind of there, like guiding it in the background. Well, no, he said he was still like
He's
in contact with like Steel Wool and is still like making decisions and like telling them like ideas and stuff and helping them. So like he's still involved in the games. He's just not the main
okay,
developer
you wanna know what
anymore.
I heard? There's an interview with Scott Cawthon. You know what I find insane?
What?
So I guess, Scott did not tell Steel Wool the lore for Security Breach at all.
Because Scott didn't know it probably. He was probably still coming up with it.
Yeah, but
That's the problem.
But according to Scott, he just said he didn't say what the story was to Steel Wool.
Yeah. Well, that's
that-
I believe that. This-
Gregory or whatever. He's meant to be
Gregory.
like kind of like villain-ish.
Yeah.
Gregory's meant to be like villain-ish.
And then he just
Like
was.
that never like he just didn't tell that to Steel Wool. So like
Yeah, it was
he
a
only
bit of a
started being
disaster.
villainish randomly like during like the DLC or
Yeah, I know.
and like it was really hard to follow along because the personality and
I will say, I'll give some credit to Steel Wool because the VR games they made look really well done. Like the FNAF VR games look so good.
I have Hope Wanted too. It's so not
Yeah.
two, one. It's
Yeah,
so
but
good.
both of them like look really good and really scary. Because I think like when you're actually like in VR, it just makes everything so much more like crazy. You know, just because like you
That
can
was
see
one of
them.
Okay, that game is one of the few times I have experienced fear from.
Dude, VR is I've played non-horror games in VR and still been scared because it feels so much more real when you can actually see somebody in front of you. Especially like the FNAF animatronics are like to scale and they're like all 8 feet tall and like tower over you. It's like terrifying.
The freaking like you know the modes where you do repairs on the animatronics and they're right in front of you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God. I played those.
Oh.
So cool.
dude, it's so scary. I think horror games in VR are awesome.
And
It's such-
ironically, I didn't think that one was one of the least scary ones for me.
Yeah. I don't think I think there are way scarier horror games than Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's is just popular.
Yeah, but FNAF in VR is scary.
Yeah, I agree. But I think you could put other games in VR and make be even more scary. Because there are horror games I've never played many horror games. I've watched other YouTubers.
Lethal Company VR mod actually, and that sounds
Oh yeah,
so cool.
that sounds awesome. Imagine like with friends, like you're like that would be sick. Well, I just like the Lethal Company because it's like, I think what makes that game scary is like you just never know what's gonna happen. Every time you play it, like some random crap always happens that you just aren't
so
ready for.
absurd.
It's so over the top, and that's what it's hilarious.
Have you ever gone to Titan before?
Oh, I went there once. It's insane. Like just there's so many enemies. It's insane.
Yeah, I get like
Oh,
when
man.
I'm like mid game, I always just start going to Titan.
Well, and then when you
We
get that, and the proximity chat is so accurate and so good in Lethal Company, so you can just hear people like screaming as they're dying. It's so funny.
And like you can hear the echoes, like
Yes.
when you're like,
And it like changes the quality of your voice, like when you use a walkie-talkie, which is cool. It like adds static, and it's like awesome. There's echoes down hallways.
oh, good.
Also, like there's a couple enemies that can hear your mic, like when you talk into it, and they will like follow your sound, which is so cool. I've never seen somebody actually pull that off like that well before.
Here's my issue. So my mic sucks. So my keyboard
Yeah,
is picked
yeah.
up, right?
The strat is you
When
turn
I'm
on push to
playing
talk. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
That's
turn
why
on
I love
push
that they
to
have
talk
that.
Whenever I get the, I don't have push to talk on by default, but I turn it on whenever one of the.
Yeah, because if they'll hear your keyboard and stuff. Yeah, I'll send you the stuff for mics up. It'll make a big difference. Like there's some small things you can do that make a very big difference. Yeah. You know about
I feel
art?
like-
What do you mean art in Lethal Company? I don't know about that. Do you mean like
It's
Rule
Christmas.
34 art? I'm sure that exists.
Christmas is nearing, and I don't really want much for Christmas, so I could probably.
Yeah, just
Yo,
like
can I have a good mic?
yeah, and I'll like I'll send you all the details. I'll find you good stuff. I'll find you like reasonably cheap price, but like still decent mics. Because like you'll see YouTubers, they'll be like, oh yeah, buy this $100 mic. It's like, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. These YouTubers and streamers have too much money, and they don't understand what it's like for us plebeians. Okay, like you don't need to spend that much money. Oh, and it's awful because at my freaking school, everybody is rich and entitled, and it's so infuriating. I don't know if you have that problem at your school. I don't know what your wealth status is in your area, but oh, talk about entitled, man.
Like,
it's awful.
like, I'm like, what is the levels of like richness? Like,
So there's homeless, there's just poor, which is like you paycheck to paycheck, like that's how you're living, like you can barely pay the bills or you're in debt. That's poor. Middle class is like you have a job that's paying like enough to get by. You're like lower middle class is like barely enough to get by, but you're still doing all right. Middle class is like you have some and a little extra money, so you're living in like a mid-sized house, like, you know, average stuff, average money, average car. Then there's upper middle class, which is like almost rich but not quite. Like that's about where my family is. We're like that's like your 100K, like 90K salaries, where like you're making enough money, you can go get amenities, nice stuff. Then rich is like your top percent, like millions, billions, you know.
Yeah, I'm upper middle class.
Yeah, like, that's where I am. That's what I guessed. But that's about.
But even though I hate asking for like stuff. I hate it. I don't want.
Yeah, I'm with you. But like some people that are really spoiled, like they just don't understand the concept that like money has like value because they just get whatever they ask for. So like it's not like they're bad
I
people.
want to ask for like a $20 game. Like I don't like even like what if there's a game that I really want that's on sale?
Yeah.
I'll only ask if it's on sale.
Yeah, that's because like you value money, but some people just never understood that because their parents didn't teach them that, which is the parents' fault.
Our parent,
But
my mother does make a decent
yeah,
amount of
it's very important. Because no matter how much money you have, it's very important to understand that money has value. It's I just messed up. Damn it, I wasn't paying attention.
I wouldn't have like a new gaming like a PC like that's like on par with like what they make now, right? If my family didn't make a lot of money,
There's a secret planet
but like
artificer. That's really cool. I've never done that before.
Again, that was like one of the only things major that I actually asked for. And even then, like, I only did it just because my old PC was just that bad.
Yeah. And even if you have the money to spend, it doesn't mean you should just spend it for no reason. And I think a lot of really rich people or upper middle class people will just spend money just because they can. And it's like, you know, I'm not gonna judge how you spend your money. Don't spend another person's money. That's what I always say. But you know, some people piss me off when they're like, when you know they just don't even like care about money, or they flex the stuff that they got. It's like, dude, don't flex your stuff, man. You're just making people that don't have as much money feel terrible.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
It's like, I don't care about your iPhone 14 that you spent thousands of dollars on because Apple scams you and makes you pay more money than you can just pay half price for Android, which are better. But you know, it's fine.
I find it funny that like the best Apple phone isn't even.
Yes, it's not even as.
Apple phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sad. Their phones are getting worse.
The best Apple phone is like cheaper than like the current like newest one.
Yes, because their new phones, they make flimsy so that you have to buy their overpriced cases and then spend more money. So, and then also they break faster, so you have to buy new ones. That's the whole point.
I think it's the iPhone 13 Pro Max, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's a couple years old.
That's like three. That's like a 3-stage.
That's a few generations back, I think.
17?
I don't know what we're on, but you're a few generations back. So a few years back.
That one has better storage, like a better performance. It runs way better than an iPhone like 15. And like
it makes, it's not surprising. It's really sad because people who buy Apple, they have the money and they don't care. Like Apple is a social status thing where like you have Apple to show that like you have money. It's the same with AirPods. AirPods are probably like 5 times more expensive than for the audio quality that you get out of AirPods, which isn't that great, by the way. You're paying 5 times more than what you could get for something that's cheaper and better. So it's like Apple products are not bad products, they're just overpriced as hell. And the reason people think Android sucks,
the reason people use Apple devices so much is just
they're really well known. They have the brand recognition. Also,
and also Apple has the ecosystem.
They have what?
They have the ecosystem.
Yeah, they do. Also, they make it, if you're on Apple, they make it really hard to move your stuff over to Android, like on purpose, like to transfer your files, transfer anything important you have, your contacts. It's very difficult. I remember I was lucky. When I transferred to Android, I didn't have anything that I really needed that badly, so I just left it on Apple and made new stuff. But like, if you're someone that's like, you're like 40, you have like emails, you have pictures, you have all this stuff, it makes it really hard to transfer over. And also, Apple purposely makes things difficult. Like if you're trying to text to Android, send pictures to an Android, they lower quality, they make things worse.
That's
and then,
why I use Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. I do that too. Whenever I text someone that's on Apple, I'm like, yo, can we just go on like Instagram or Snapchat or just anything else? Because like it will just make it annoying.
I barely use iMessage because iMessage is just pointless.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, Android isn't worse. If anything, it's better just because of what Apple does. They trick people into thinking it's lower quality because of people. Oh, they're like, oh, people with Androids are sending me low quality pictures. The Androids must just suck. It's like, no, it's Apple doing that. But they worked. Like the amount of comments I've gotten about me being an Android, like, oh, you're an Android user. Oh man. Oh, you got a crappy Android. It's like, dude, I value my money, dude. Like, I don't care if you have an Apple. Just don't like get mad at me for not having one. Okay? Like if you have an Apple, that's completely fine. You purchased that. That's you decided that. Like, that's okay.
My current iPhone. I don't want to have an iPhone. I want an Android.
You definitely should say. Also, if you're a mobile gamer, Android's way better. Has more easier emulating things on it, which is way better. I have a bunch of emulators. I literally have every emulator. It's awesome.
Probably like rhythm games though.
But like,
I play many.
You can emulate anything and play anything on Android because literally there's emulators for every console ever, and Apple literally bans them from their shop all the time. It's like
well, actually, nope.
it's like, come on.
Emulators are forced to be allowed on Apple now.
Yeah, but for a while they were
Yeah.
banned, and then which is like, why would you ban? Why? That's a terrible policy. And also, there's still less of them on Apple, even if they're allowed now. There's just less options, and there's more like customization on Android. You can change your operating system more. It's all like open source, so people can change stuff.
You can run APKs. You can run.
Yes, you can.
You can run external apps.
Yes.
You can run external apps. That's
Yes,
why
you can.
Android is so good. That's all
Yes.
Apple needs to be like.
But they Apple doesn't want you to have control. They want to be in control, so they don't let you customize the way you want, which is really frustrating. That's why I don't like Apple. And also
I would be.
yeah. Also, Macs are
Totally
extremely
fine with
overpriced, and I don't like Mac OS at all. They add in all these inconveniences. It's just
I would
like,
be totally fine with Apple if I could just run an IPA.
yes, they purposely put these restrictions there just to be annoying.
Like,
It's really annoying.
just if I didn't have to sideload my iPhone and then have it disabled for like 30 days,
Yes.
so I can't sideload for 30 days, so I can't do anything related to that.
And the biggest thing of all is it has all of these worse features and cost double to triple in Android of similar quality and specs. It's like it's really a no-brainer if you think about it. You know what I mean? If you're someone who's worried about your money, getting an Android is just the better option. You know. Obviously, some people don't know or have enough money where they don't care, and that's fine. Like, if you don't want to worry about it, you're on Apple. Like, that's cool. Just don't get mad at me, okay? That's all I ask. Like, you want to spend your money in the way you want to spend your money. That's up to you. It's your decision. You know, that's okay. But when people get mad, that's why I'm always so wound up about this, because I have to deal with this like every day. People getting mad at me about Android. It's like, dude, like, you gotta you know, be a little more open-minded. Not everybody's got a big wallet they can just empty whenever they want, you know. It's not that easy. It's not even like I'm poor or anything. It's just that, you know, I don't have a job and I have an allowance and I like to save my money and be careful with it, you know. I think that's reasonable, but apparently some people don't agree with that, so I'm like, all right, that's fine. Or the problem too is some people get infinite money, like their parents will just buy them whatever, so they don't care. Like, they can buy the most expensive thing. Whereas, like, some people like me have an allowance, or they have the money that they earned is what they can use. So it's like, it's not an infinite, just buy whatever. Which I think is what everybody should be taught by their parents, is to like have some sort of allowance or some sort of money that you're allowed to spend, so you understand that it's not unlimited and it doesn't just come out of thin air. Because some people seem to think that. So, and it's not like they're bad people. It's just they were misguided and they were raised with all this money and they just don't understand that it has value. So it's definitely it's just one of those things where if you're born into the money or not, and your parenting that you got. Yeah, I'm here. It's 2 a.m. Curb. I'm still up for some reason, having these deep conversations.
I mean, it's actually fun.
Yeah, also it gives you money management skills, because if you look, like, the top richest people in the world, a lot of them are actually very stingy with their money. Like, they're not always, some of them obviously are buying crap for no reason, but a lot of them are very smart with where they put their money. Yeah. But even Elon, even though Elon's making all these terrible decisions, he's always going to be rich because he's smart enough to know where to put his money in, like, stocks and stuff to keep him rich forever. He knows that. He knows how to do that. And those people at the top, they surround themselves with people that will make sure they keep their money. And that's a very important thing. And obviously, you know, when you're that rich, you can just buy as many financial advisors as you want to help you with that. When you're poor, it's not as easy. But, you know, just being smart with your money is a skill you can use at any wealth level, at any stage in your life. It doesn't matter how rich you are or how poor you are. It's useful for everybody. And of course, they don't teach you that in school, because why would they teach you something useful in school? You know, you can take an economics class, or you take a
stuff.
But most of those business classes and economics classes are optional, so it's just like, why is that optional? Like,
also, you're being quite consistent again, so that's good.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting better. It took a couple hours, but we got there. All I had to do was start talking about how much I hate Apple, and that powered me up. I think I talk about how much I hate Apple at least once a week. I have so much hatred in my body for Apple.
Apple is ass, but I still use it because it's a phone.
Yeah.
And
For me, it's just all the experiences I've had of people like making fun of me for having Android. That's really what it comes from.
it's because people are fucking assholes.
Yeah, I know. Like, just,
Like, damn, chill out.
Say
It's a
chill,
fucking
man.
phone.
I know. Well, you know, the kids these days are addicted to their phones, so they're too busy on their TikToks and their Instagrams. You know, back in my day, you know, we'd go outside and we'd beat each other up with sticks for entertainment. Now all you kids, all you do is sit inside all. I like how I say that, like I'm not literally still a kid technically.
Real.
Also, in my opinion, you should be a kid until you're 25 because that's when your frontal lobe is fully developed, and that basically frontal lobe is just like your critical thinking skills and, you know, thinking about the consequences of your actions. That's why so many teenagers do stupid stuff and
Think about the consequences of your actions.
so like really being 18 oh, I did the same. I've done that twice today. I'm gonna go practice that room. But like people just don't care about. Yeah, now I do it first try. Great, awesome. I love this game.
Real.
Literally only during a golden run I've done that. I've only done that during. I did. That's an interesting thing I just did. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, Apple just brings out the worst in me. This is all Apple's fault. Who made Apple? Was it Steve Jobs? I forget. who was the Apple guy? I'll Google it. It was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, it's all your fault. This is what you did to me. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, they were both named Steve. That's kind of funny. Also, did I just like skip the room that I was practicing? Wait, was it EHA? Yeah. Larry's acting like he has the intelligence of a slime. How smart is a slime? I don't even know. I'm a slime and I don't know how smart.
I mean, does a slime have a brain?
I feel like a slime would be stupid. Like, am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that? Like, they just seem like they're mindless. You know what I mean? They seem like they're just.
Does a slime have a brain?
I don't know. I really don't know. It brings up the debate club in you. Yeah, I do this. I do this all the time. It's not just for Apple. I do this for everything. I like debating.
Larry, you're a slime, right? In slime school, they teach like where is like the critical thinking of the slime?
Well, I mean, I feel like slime, it's not like a human where it's like distributed in different parts of the body. It's all like distributed evenly. So like all the slime is like one big like hive mind. Like it's all connected. So like every body part is like all part of the slime. It's all connected.
So you're like a Twitch chat.
Yeah, I'm like a hive mind, but as a person, in person form, I'm a hive mind.
So like, what makes you think though? Like how does that work?
Listen,
like,
I don't know the anatomy of a slime. I really don't know. You know, I haven't.
thought you went to slime school.
Well, I went to slime school, but I didn't pay attention. I was too busy, you know, playing on my DS. So I didn't pay attention. Just like I do in school now, I just didn't pay attention.
I just don't pay attention ever, and it's gotten me through.
Bro, did not just say the streamer read my message, bro. I have like 8 viewers. It's not. I read some of them. I don't read all of them, but like I don't read out all of them. Because I read a lot of them, but I don't read out every single one.
Watching right now, Larry.
Oh, get out of here! I don't even keep track. I don't care. I'm not gonna worry about that. It's like, oh my god, my favorite streamer, Larry the Slime, responded to my message. I'm glad you're happy. Ban him, Get banned. How dare you speak to me?
Yep, you're getting banned, bud.
You're getting banned. Yeah, you're getting banned, kid.
Yup, you're done for, bud.
I only had to ban one person. It's because they were being homophobic. I think they were just being transphobic, actually. But like they weren't even like joking. They were just straight up being transphobic. Like not even like hiding it or anything. And I'm like, bro, get out of here. Out of here. It's like, come on. If you're watching someone play Celeste and being transphobic, like, come on. Come on.
Like, what the heck?
Not that I am trans, guys. I'm not trans. Don't get the wrong idea. Guys, I'm not trans, I promise. Everyone's trying to convince me that I'm gay, and I don't know why. I don't know why this is like a thing that's been happening, but it has been.
You're gay because
I'm
you
not
enjoy
gay.
good games.
Listen, just because I
You're
like
gay-
Celeste doesn't make me gay, okay? I'm just a straight
you're
person playing
gay because
Celeste.
you have good taste.
Listen, just because I like Celeste doesn't mean I'm gay. I can be straight and play
When I say
Celeste.
this, I'm making fun of the people who are calling.
Guys, listen.
Me personally, I was not trans when I played Celeste.
That's what happens. It converts you. That's why it gets you. They get you. You know, you play Celeste and then you just become trans. It like converts you. That's what I've heard. But it hasn't gotten me yet. My straight energy is too powerful.
Well, slimes are like genderless if you really think about it. They don't really like have any male or female defining traits.
No,
now.
I'm male.
It's just a slime.
I'm a male slime. Just cause I said so.
I mean,
Listen.
how does that work? Like,
Okay.
slime?
So hear me out. Okay, so there's sex and there's gender. Okay, gender is society defined. So I can say my gender is whatever. So I can say I'm a man as a slime.
So slimes
But-
have a gender, but
yeah.
not sex.
They have a gender, but not exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, because
That's what-
slimes don't have a sex.
Yeah, I don't think that because they're just goo. They're just little goo guys. they just got little. They're just a big congealment of slime. That's all it is. It's all like just in a little ball or cube, depending on if you're a Minecraft slime or if you're a Terraria slime or if you're any. It depends on what type of
I
slime you
mean,
are.
Terraria slimes are like smart enough to attack you. If you
So I think if we're going off my character lore, I'm like, my character is like kind of like a half human, half slime hybrid. Because I'm like, you can look at my avatar. The best way is to look at my banner. Yeah, I'll go pull it up. If you look at my banner, you can see that I'm like, I have the slime head, but I have like human anatomy still. Like I have eyes and a mouth, and I have fingers. I also have wings. Which is weird, but I kind of forgot about that.
I'm gonna be so honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me. Your PFP looks so goofy to me.
Yeah. Well, my friend drew it. But yeah.
I don't mean to insult them, but it's just that the head looks out of place. You know.
I think he was gonna redraw it at some point, but he never got around to it because he actually told me that too because he made that a couple years ago, and he's like I want to redraw it, and I'm like, all right, you can if you want to. Like I don't care. You know, I'm fine with it. I just wanted it to be unique. I don't care if it looks a mess. It looks goofy. I mean, it's kind of supposed to be goofy too. That's that too. It's kind of supposed to be a little like out there. You know, it's not supposed to be normal looking.
Also, I'd like
Bad
how you
posture,
uploaded
King.
twice on Larry's garage sale. And
I
never
did.
touched it.
I just don't know what to do with it, and I don't upload it enough. I could do like stream highlights, but I don't have time to edit that, and I don't want to pay. So I don't have money to pay someone to edit it. So it's like that's what I would do if I had infinite money. I would just pay somebody to make stream highlights and put it on there.
I
but-
don't know if this is just me. I've always thought the Larry's garage sale profile picture looked better than the actual one.
Yeah, it's because someone else made it. It was fan art that somebody made. I liked it. So.
That's awesome.
But I'm not gonna make the fan art the main one because if it has to be made by the original artist that made it the first time for me to change it, because that would be disrespectful, I think, to change it.
Well, unless they grant permission.
Yeah, I mean I can ask them. I mean I'm friends with them, so he probably wouldn't care. I might just ask him to redraw. Maybe I'll do that. I'll see if I'll see if he'll make a
Because the
remake.
head, it's just the head is self. It looks
Yeah.
so out of place.
It is kind of.
It's-
It was made
it's
a
how the
while
head
ago,
could-
to be fair.
It's how the neck like connects the head and the torso.
Markiplier's PFP is fan art? Yeah, I probably is. I'm pretty sure Markiplier said like it was one of his like first fan arts he ever got, so he just made it his PFP and he never changed it since. Which is honestly valid. I'm gonna be real. If my friend didn't draw the PFP for me, it's very likely that my PFP would just be like a Minecraft slime or something like that. It would probably just be that. So those are your options. You either get goofy looking slime guy or Minecraft PNG of a slime. So I mean those are your options. And that would be boring. So Minecraft slime with PNG of a hat. Well, that if you want the lore, actually. The hat has lore actually. There's lore significance. But if you look, the lore, the hat is a hat with a Pikachu tail on it. And the reason why is because in real life, I always I have this one Pikachu hat that I got. I think it was like a gift. I don't know. It was like a baseball cap with a Pikachu, little Pikachu on it. And I got it like ages ago. And I just have been like wearing it like every day since. I just wear it like all the time. So it just kind of became part of my brand, if you will. In real life and in not real life. So that's why it's part of that's why the hat's there. That's the lore. That's the hat lore.
I have one drawing of my personal character that exists, and that's it.
So you should get a like, I know you change your PFP a lot, but you should totally get like an avatar or something. Or like a little character.
Well, I have a character.
Why is it not your PFP then?
I don't know. I like changing my PFP. Also, like it was just it was someone who just drew my character. Like
what is your character? Like what is your character?
It's a shark.
The shark? Kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
The shark person?
Yeah.
I did not know about this either, chat. I didn't know someone had a character. I just know you change your PFP a lot. That's all I know. You should share with the class, true.
Do you want me to do you want me to share with the class?
I think you should share with the class. Just put it in like general or something of the Discord.
Alright.
And guys, if you're not in the Discord, look in the description. I can't even say that. I hate being a YouTuber. God. Streamer, whatever. Just put it in general chat.
Here, I can. Oh.
Don't go to the Discord. You're not allowed. You're not welcome.
This is one of the drawings.
Oh wait, so that's the. I'm trying to. Oh, that's the shark. I see that. That's the nose. Okay, that's a hat. Okay. For a second, my brain did like not process what I was looking
It's
at.
just
But
someone
yeah.
who drew it for fun.
So you're what kind of hat is that? It's like, is that like a
It's
winter hat, like one with like the
Yeah,
ear
yeah,
things?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know. I get it. So you have the winter hat on. You got like the long black hair. I don't know. Maybe it's black and white, so maybe it's not black hair.
It is black hair.
And then you got the shark nose.
And the grin.
I don't know why. It kind of reminded me of Susie from Deltarune.
It's probably the grin.
It just has that vibe, and with the hair like covering the eyes too.
Wait, Wilbur would be down to draw that. That'd be awesome.
Liberty, you can put whatever you want, art. You can draw whatever, man.
I have like kind of like a bust up too that someone drew. Because you know what I find crazy?
What?
It was just an avatar I made on fun, and then it kind of just like, you know, I guess people liked it, and then someone drew it, and
Yeah.
then
There you go.
and then more people drew it, and then yeah, I have two people have drawn my character, and it's crazy, cause like it was just a simple Roblox avatar I made for fun.
Oh, that's based off of Roblox avatar. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, that I made just for fun, and like, I mean, I could even send the image.
Have I said the origin story of Larry the Slime, like where the character design came from? I think I have before. I don't know if everyone's heard it. There's lore. There's Larry the Slime lore. It is very based on Minecraft.
They look slightly different in this image, but like, yeah, they're based off of this Roblox avatar.
That is
It's
really
like,
funny.
yeah, and it was just like, I think that's so silly.
Actually, technically, if you go all the way back, technically, my Larry the Slime if you go all the way back in the timeline of how we got to Larry the Slime, it actually originates technically all the way back at Captain Sparkles, technically. Because I didn't watch Captain Sparkles, but my brother, right? He watched Captain Sparkles, my older brother, when he was a kid. And one of his like Let's Plays, he named his like slime Jerry the Slime. And when I started playing Minecraft, I used my brother's account, and it was like Jerry the Slime 1, I think was the account name. And then eventually I made my own Minecraft account. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta come up with a name. So I'm like, oh, I'll just do Larry the Slime. And Larry came from my email that I made when I was 5, which was Commander Larry 33. Which is, yeah, that was my username as a 5. That was my genius 5-year-old brain, you know, working. And the reason it was Larry, I don't know where the commander came from, I'm gonna be honest. I think that was just me being 5 and being stupid. But the Larry came from that stupid skeleton from Clash of Clans, because there was like an ad I watched where it was like, I think you can still find it. It was like a witch with the you know how the witch in Clash of Clans has like the skeletons? It was like an ad where it was like, Larry, don't touch that, and the skeleton like accidentally like freaking knocks down a building in a Clash of Clans ad, and it's like a whole advertisement. I remember I saw that and I'm like, that's funny. I'm just gonna be Larry now. that's my name now. And I'm like, okay. So it's a combination of Commander Larry and Jerry the Slime. So it's a multi-generational origin story. But yeah. Yeah, but I need to work more on my next video. Actually, I was about to spoil it, but I probably shouldn't. That's not Celeste related. But I've been scripting it. I've been lazy though, and I haven't been I have these weekends. I need to use my weekends when I'm not at school to do it. I guess I could do it at school too, because it's really just a Google Doc. So I could just kind of do it at school on like a Chromebook and just not pay attention. But I also don't have access to the video VODs to watch at school, so that would be kind of hard. It's not Minecraft. It's not like.
I don't think.
I don't want to spoil
here
it.
Would predict it.
No, I don't think they would. You'll see, or maybe you won't see. It might not even pop up in your recommended, but you might. Maybe it will if you watch all the other Larry the Slime videos, it'll just show it anyways. But I might. Actually, I don't think I'm ever gonna make Minecraft videos. Really, it's too oversaturated. I don't know. I just don't think I would be a good Minecraft creator. Oh no, jelly. Wait, I can save it. No, I can't save it. That's funny. Don't get me wrong, I love Minecraft. I've played a lot of Minecraft in my day. It's just I've seen so many Minecraft YouTubers, and just the thought of being a Minecraft YouTuber like pains me deeply, just because of all the awful Minecraft YouTubers that I hear about all the time. And I'm not saying every Minecraft YouTuber is terrible. That's not what I'm saying. It's just oversaturated, and I don't want to be associated with that community. I guess I just don't like the community. Minecraft community is very toxic because it's just so big, and it's very full of children. Yeah, exactly, Wilbur. I don't want to be a Minecraft YouTuber. Almost might be. Actually, it might. I don't know if it's as bad as I think the Undertale community's gotten a little better, but it's still pretty bad. It's probably worse than the Undertale community just because it's bigger. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell. Whereas the Celeste community is a lot better because it's generally more of an older audience, and it's also like just chill. It's a lot more chill than Undertale or Minecraft. So I don't really interact with the Celeste community that much, but it's a lot better, and a lot nicer and more respectful than a lot of other communities I've seen online.
Also, it's not a.
Used to be in the Minecraft community, yeah. Have you seen the Merg video with Muffet in the thumbnail? I don't even want to know. All I can think about is there's definitely Muppet Rule 34. That's all I know that for sure. I don't even need to look that up to know that. And believe me, I would rather die than look that up.
But yeah, Wilbur, I did send my character and like you can kind of get their general appearance.
Do I know who Merg? I feel like I've seen a Merg video before. I'm not like a Merg watcher, but I've seen a Merg video before. Because I know he's makes Undertale and like Deltarune and stuff.
No, he does that sometimes. That's like, well, I guess that's what he's known for, but he doesn't really do that often.
Yeah, I just haven't watched a lot of him, so I don't know him well.
He does not only upload Undertale fan games. He does a.
Maybe that's all you get recommended. Because that's what you're into.
Yeah, because if you were to go to his channel, you'd see a lot of Elden Ring right now, probably.
That's cool. I've been meaning to play Elden Ring for a long time. It's expensive.
Because there's Elden Ring, there are some Undertale fan game related stuff.
Yeah.
And then there, like, maybe like, okay, he's been on a how do you say that word?
Renaissance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't speak. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's been on kind of
Renaissance.
been, like, uploading a bunch of Undertale related stuff recently because popular fan games have came out, like the full Outer Tale one or whatever, which is pretty good. It's definitely not better than Undertale Yellow, but it's still good. And it's very unique.
But yeah, I feel like I've been just posting too much Celeste, and the thing about Celeste, I'm not saying I don't like Celeste. I do love Celeste, but when you have to edit Celeste all the time, it just gets to a point where you kind of just burn out, and that's kind of what's happening to me, where I'm just like, I just kind of want a different topic to write about and edit about, because it's just, after a while, it just becomes like, oh, it's like a chore, because I just do it so much.
You should definitely try to catch up with, like, the lobby soon, though.
I'm going to. I just wanted to do something different for the next one, just because,
when you're done with this, when you're done with the video you're working.
Yeah, then I'm gonna do advanced lobby, and then after that, After that, who knows? I'll probably work on something else. There's a bunch of videos unrelated to Celeste I've been meaning to work on.
With the Farewell Golden grind by the time you're like...
Yeah, that's gonna be a huge video though. That's not gonna be something that I get out like quickly. That's probably something that I'm gonna do while I'm working on another thing at the same time. Just because I'm just gonna have to kind of slowly chug away at that. It's gonna be a massive video.
You should do, once you get Farewell Golden, you take a break from Celeste for a little bit.
For a decent bit, definitely.
Maybe not for a decent bit, just maybe like a week or two.
For a decent bit. This game is getting to. I need to take a break. I just need to. For at least a couple weeks. At least.
You should definitely dedicate yourself to expert after Farewell Golden at some point.
I will.
So I
feel like at a certain point, like, I don't really care about when I get the video. I have a queue of videos anyways, so I'll have expert by the time I'm ready to make an expert video. I'll definitely have beaten it by then, just because I have so many videos that I'm behind already. So it's like,
unless you get unlucky as fucking take like 300 hours.
Yeah, which is possible. But
like this one person got like Farewell Golden as their like third golden berry.
That is just diabolical.
And it took them like 300 hours.
Yeah, I mean, some people you just get unlucky. Like, I got really unlucky with 7P. I made it to 33,000.
Goldens at all because they almost did none.
I got crazy lucky with 7B and then be 8B in like 2 days. So it's like, that was literally like, what, maybe 5 hours total on 8B? Like, not that much. That was like, I practiced on stream. I didn't even practice off stream that much for that one. Whereas Farewell, I'm probably getting close to 50 hours on and off stream, and I'm, I've made good progress, but not like
also,
close to beating it.
Farewell Golden Clear was the first one to be on console.
The first one to be on what?
The 11th Farewell Golden Clear was the first one on console.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Jiggle was probably one of the only Switch ones, because like, yeah.
I'll count Switch.
Yeah, Switch counts. It's both. It's a console and handheld.
6,
it's both.
7, 8. Where is Jiggle? Hang on. I need to look at where Jiggle is. 486. Okay. So.
What's up, Greasy Cheese? It was your birthday yesterday. Haven't received your present yet? Well,
Jiggle is part of the one of the
Jesus,
highlighted
man.
sections.
That was an embarrassing death. Wow.
Jiggle is part of one of the highlighted sections, so that's cool.
We're just gonna
Where
move
it's
past
9
that death.
consecutive days with at least one clear.
We're just gonna move past that death. That was the most awful death I've ever had in my life. 8B in only 5 hours? How do you mean, how is that satisfactory? 8B is a hard level. Just because it's not the hardest of the trio doesn't mean it's not a hard level. I think beating 8B in only 5 hours is actually pretty good.
1, 2,
Like,
3.
like if you play the Goldens, you'll understand that it takes
6,
a
7,
lot
8,
of
9,
effort.
10, 11, 12. There's a lot of Switch golden clears. 13, 14, 15.
Oh, you're saying it's good? Okay, sorry. I translated that wrong. I thought you were saying like, oh, that's average. That's what I thought you were saying. My bad.
Surprisingly, it seems like there's more clears than PlayStation.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest. Oh, sorry. You go first.
There seems to be more Switch clears than like Xbox or PlayStation.
That makes sense. Celeste just feels right on Switch. It feels home at Switch, where it feels less home on Xbox, PS5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Because think about what Nintendo is known for. It's known for Mario, which is a platformer, so it's more likely Celeste fans will like, you know, be on Nintendo.
28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
Yeah, but if I would,
Jiggle is the 35th Switch run clear.
hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, if I was doing this off stream, I think I probably would have made it to determination already. But like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna blame my deaths on chat. It's my fault. I need to learn how to focus better. But that is definitely a lot of deaths are just from me not focusing properly, which is, you know, that's on me.
None of it is my fault.
Yeah, it's all Summer's fault. It's all Summer's fault. It's all Summer's fault.
I did nothing wrong.
Summer, you cursed me. You cursed me. You literally cursed me.
No, I did not. You're just trying to blame. You're just
Yes,
trying to
I
blame
am.
your death on someone.
I am blaming on you, Summer. I'm
did
putting
nothing.
full
I did
responsibility. Summer, the thing about
You're
the
just
comb
trying to
room
blame me.
incident. The comb room incident, Summer. You remember the comb room incident?
No, I don't think so.
I think you do. Honestly, almost as bad as the expert lobby incident. Almost.
What is the expert lobby incident again?
It's the clip.
Oh,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't
You do.
think so. It's probably not important.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. It's in the script, Summer. It's in the script already. I haven't even started working on the video. It's in the script.
Why would you put
It's in
it
there.
in the script? It's not important.
I made the Google Doc early just to make sure I noted that down.
I mean, it's not even that important.
Oh no, it's
No,
important. It's important.
I mean, why would it be so important? What could I have possibly done?
Yeah. Now you'll see.
Right?
You guys
am I right?
You guys will see the clip when the extra video comes out. You'll see. Oh come on, dude.
Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong.
I'm throwing so hard today.
Also, it's not. Also, greasy cheese. It's not the 7th. It's like. Have we hit the 100s yet?
Oh yeah, we're 101 today, I think. It might be 100. It's either 100 or 101 today. I don't know.
Well, if it is 100, then that's a big milestone.
That is a big milestone. It's 100 today. Okay, that's good to know, woman. It is impressive.
Wow. You know?
Yeah, I do know.
You know?
Yeah, I was, I was there.
Yeah. Yeah. You
All
know
right,
what
how
I'm
many people
saying?
have done Moonberry? Does it tell you on the farewell thing?
Okay.
Probably like 30 or
so
40,
on the
right?
farewell list, you can see standard run, golden moonberry runs, DTS runs, challenge plus special runs, statistics, like yada yada. Basic. Do you know what DTS is?
That's where you get double dash from Summit, but in farewell,
Yes.
which is lame, by the way.
Only 14 people have done that, by the
You
way.
know, Listen, I think that's the
which is-
boring way to do it. That's what I think.
I know it is very boring.
That's lame and not. Listen, if you use GTS,
Like-
you're a terrible person. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Technically, it's a
kidding.
legit way to do it. But like,
It's legit, but it's lame. It doesn't feel right. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like. It's kind of the same way I feel about like doing like pause buffering to like I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna go pause and pause buffer over and over. Like it's not as bad as that.
There's only
Like, I don't like that.
There's only 4 Switch Moonberry clears.
Yeah, that I believe it.
But there's 148 Moonberry gold.
How many golden moonberries?
148.
I thought there were only how many total farewells goldens are there?
Let's scroll down to the bottom. It's not fully updated, as stuff like mine aren't on there yet. It hasn't updated.
Yeah, but what does it say? Like even if it's out there.
764.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
I mean, that's less than 1,000. That's like still very few people.
It's still few, but it's. I thought it would be closer to like a few hundred. It makes sense though. There's enough people playing, enough try-hard Celeste players. It makes
Celeste
sense.
is a Celeste like got nominated for like Game of the Year. Didn't it even win it? I forget.
What it came out 2018, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't around then. I have no idea. Then again, I think the whole like Game of the Year thing is kind of, you know, arbitrary anyways. So it's like
Game of the Year.
half the time
Yeah,
the Game of the
Celeste
Year
won.
that wins doesn't deserve it, in my opinion, most of the time.
But
But,
yeah, Celeste won Best Indie Game of 2018.
oh, nice. That's very deserving.
So like, you know, so like, it's definitely like a very, very popular game.
Yeah, it
It's one
definitely
of the
is.
most popular speedrunning games like ever.
Pretty sure it's like consistently at the top of the speedrun.com leaderboards like every
Like, I
time.
think it's like in the top 10 most speedrun games, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
do
Maybe in
think
the top
it's-
5.
In my opinion, of all the games I've tried to speedrun, it's probably the best speedrun game I've ever played. It's just, it's designed with speedrunning in mind. It has a speedrun clock. You can skip cutscenes instantly. Everything just feels like good for speedrunning. Like it feels fun. No stupid cutscenes you have to watch. No like boring tutorials you have to go through. The tutorial is freaking 30 seconds when you speedrun, literally. And you just run through it and you're done. That's it. Which is awesome. That it's so accessible for speedrunning.
Oh, Celeste is the second most active game. Goddamn.
Yes, I have seen the Minecraft movie trailer. Critzy Cheese said 100 days of not getting all the gold. So it'd be a great 100 days videos. I spent 100 days getting every Celeste golden.
Roblox Tower Defense Simulator. 5th.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Roblox Tower Defense is the 5th most speedrun.
That is
That's crazy.
somehow
How do you
surprising and not surprising at the same time. Roblox is huge. Roblox is massively popular.
There's so many Roblox games. That
I
have,
know.
like,
I noticed that
uh,
too. I think Roblox is just so popular because of how accessible it is, it being like free and all, and it's
Okay,
like
but
literally on
Roblox-
everything. It's on mobile. It's on
Roblox
every console.
has like so many good games if you really look. It's
Yeah, exactly. But like, there's a lot of
Super Bomb Survival.
yeah. Oh, I
there's-
love Super Bomb Survival. I was literally about to say it. Roblox has good games. You just gotta sift through the garbage to find them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Like-
garbage with only a few gems in there.
Like,
You just gotta look
there's
for
an
them.
ultra kill like on Roblox,
That's cool.
like, but it's like a wave defense, and it's think of it like ultra kill kinda, but it's also a wave defense.
Yeah, that is true. Tower
You
defense
play
does
with
not
friends.
seem like a fun speedrunning genre. That does not seem. And maybe I've never tried it. But I thought tower
Yeah.
defense was like an infinite, like high score based game. Like, how would you even speedrun that? Maybe it's different in Roblox tower defense. I never played. I don't know. Yeah, but Roblox
Yeah,
is just
but, like,
huge. There's so many games on there. It makes
There's
sense.
certain Roblox games that are just so good, and it's so hard to find them though.
And they're not that
the
they're
one-
never the most popular too, so that's why it's harder. Like Super
the
Bomb
one I'm
Survival is like
talking
only got a
about-
few hundred concurrent players, which is tragic. And I love Super Bomb
The
Survival.
one I'm talking about right now is called Combat Initiation. It has like maybe like 700 active normally.
Yeah, most of the good games never have 1,000 or more because you know the bad games get all the players.
Because kids
Like, adopt me.
numbers going up. Kids love numbers
Adopt
going
me,
up.
guys. Adopt me. Dress to impress.
Okay, just to
Oh my
impress is
gosh.
funny though. And like
Okay, it
genuinely
is
have
funny. It
passion
is funny.
It has passion into it, by the way, by the dev.
But like
So it's
compared
not
to
like
some of the
slop.
like the actually like really well made games, I don't think it stands up with those.
Yeah, it's like, but it's not slop, so I'm fine.
Yeah, it's not like Adopt Me. It's not as bad as Adopt Me. Oh my
like,
god.
Like you have queso playing Dress to Impress.
Oh my,
So
that is
clearly-
funny. That is
clearly
funny.
There's people enjoying it.
That is funny. Yeah.
I've never played Dress to Impress. I tried to get
Dress to impress, guys.
and they told me to kill myself. So
Average Roblox experience.
they
Yeah.
told me to kill myself because they didn't want to be a pretty princess.
I love how in Roblox people will like find ways to say like kill yourself, like but with getting around the chat filter, they'll be like end your existence.
No. My friend right now, they say KYS to me because we normally play games. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They will say KAY, okay,
KAY.
and then they'll say Y, WHY, and then
Uh-huh.
ES. So it's KYS.
That's awesome. Or my favorite is whenever I'm like KYS, I'm like it's keep yourself safe. Yeah, it's keep yourself safe. Guys, it's not kill yourself, it's keep yourself safe. It's completely different.
Oh, don't get me started on the fucking RNG Roblox.
Oh. Or
Why
the
do you wanna
gambling
play-
games, gotcha games.
Like, why the fuck do you want to play Souls RNG where the
I know.
I need to rejoin.
We love bad RNG games. Let's go.
Souls RNG, a game like Souls RNG, nothing is happening. You watch numbers. Like you watch.
I love watching
you-
numbers go up.
No, you don't even watch numbers go up.
It's even worse than that.
You keep getting. Okay, so how it works? Like every 2 seconds, you can roll, and then you randomly get a random title that has effects, and not
Uh-huh.
like effects that affect the gameplay, like visual effects, right? And that's all the
Damn it.
game is. That's all the game is. You press a button, you get a random title. Some titles are like 1 in 100 million or something, and you
Oh,
can click it
man.
every like 2 seconds. And the
awful.
whole point is that you get titles that have cool effects. And
Wow.
That's why the game has.
Dude,
That's why the game was nominated Best
Dude.
Social Hangout in the Roblox nominees.
dude, people make such garbage games and get so much money for it on Roblox. That makes me so mad. And then they make an actually good game, and then no one plays it. Or some people play it,
Okay,
but it's not as much as it deserves.
I'm going to list a few really good Roblox games real quick that are so underrated and need more players. Combat Initiation, it's an Ultra Kill like.
That sounds fun.
Tales, it's like Paper Mario. It's
Sounds
like
cool.
a Paper Mario type game where like you have to press like to dodge attacks and like. And it definitely it's like a mix of Paper Mario and Mario and
Yeah. Hey, you know, you before it got taken down, you could say Pokemon Brick Bronze, and that got killed. You know.
Pokemon Brick Bronze, I played that when I was younger. That was actually fire.
Yeah, that was cool. I remember playing a little bit of that too. That was cool. And Nintendo's like, no.
No.
I'm surprised they let it stay alive for that long. To be honest, survives a lot longer than I thought it would.
Brick Bronze is so good. Like obviously.
It makes
Like,
sense
and
why it
then-
got taken down, though. It makes complete
Like they
sense.
were technically making money off
Dude,
of Pokemon.
that pisses me off.
Like technically they were, which there's a copyright. Is copyright.
Yeah. Oh, they're taking our money. My $1 billion isn't enough. I need more.
Brick Bronze was actually a tough game, but it wasn't like it wasn't
Yeah.
like stupid tough, but it wasn't.
It's like
brain
fair.
dead.
Yeah, the
Like,
Pokemon
even-
games now
even
are
as, like,
all
a
brain dead,
9-year-old
dude.
Even as a 9-year-old, like I was able to beat it by getting hyper carried by one starter, right?
Yeah, well,
Because I was like 9
yeah.
when I played it, and I like had like, I think it was probably like a Blaziken that was like level like 85.
yeah. Well, because the easiest thing to do,
Like-
if you only have one Pokemon, all your XP goes to that one Pokemon, so they just become over leveled and sweet. But that's that's good for kids because it makes it easy for them. So that's good.
Yeah, like you could still do that and get away with it.
But you don't have to do that either. It's that's what I always
Yeah,
liked
and,
about
like-
Pokemon is you get to choose what you want to do.
And the teams that they would approach you with were actually pretty tough. Like, and also the gyms would go up to like you'd have level 80 Pokemon at gyms, and like
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, the levels Pokemon what baffles me to this day is that they made an open world game and did not put level scaling. They're like, oh yeah, go wherever you want, but also we're not going to change the levels of the gyms. So it's just, I can't.
They could have just done a crystal clear.
Yes, they could have. They could have just added a simple equation in the code that just checks highest level of member in your party, set Pokemon, set gym leader's team to that level. That's all you had to do.
They don't even need to do that. They could just do it scaled on how many badges they have.
Yeah, they could do that too. But
I feel
like
that would be better.
that would work too, but it doesn't. The problem with that is in like especially Pokemon Scarlet, you really if you beat a gym, you can either just go straight to the next gym or like mess around and do raids and get tons of XP. But the problem with just doing a gym badge is if you set the level based on the gym badge, you could have like freaking level 45 and still only have one badge because that game you don't have to really do the gym leaders. That it's not like an immediate thing you have to do.
Well, that's the point, because if you're struggling with it so much, you're still allowed to over level.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So scaling
That's
it
fair.
based on your level just sounds stupid.
That's
to me,
true.
Because if they're getting stronger based on like you getting stronger to counteract their strength, then it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it makes the fights more strategic and less about just over leveling. But to be fair, kids are playing it, so they should be allowed to over level if they want to. I try to always be close to their level because I feel like that's the most fun. But I get why people don't want that.
I was talking about good Roblox games. I just remembered another one, which is like a two-team like game where like it's like you fight people. It's a PvP game. It's called Fighting, but like with a PH.
But spelled wrong.
No, but spelled in a cool way. And it's like it has
course.
really good music, and it's also a fun game. So good. There's,
Would
like,
adopt me.
Yeah, and what sucks, you have a game like Fighting or Blocktail, which are basically just real games in Roblox, and they get like 1,000 players. Like, well,
Yeah, it is awful. The society we live in, you know.
Like, just dig through Roblox, and you'll find some true bangers.
Yeah, but you gotta dig for it. It's sad that you don't just get those. You gotta dig, but you know.
There's a Roblox game I found recently called Better Discovery, and it's such a good way to find good Roblox games because it lets you leave like reviews. It's like it lets
that's
you
cool.
leave like reviews on game.
That's cool.
And remember, this is a Better Discovery page that Roblox can't provide, but a game in Roblox can.
That's awesome. Well, because Roblox is incentivized to show you the games that are the most successful because they make the most money off of those games because of the transactions, the Robux transactions.
Doors, for example, is a popular and good game, for example. So there are popular
Doors is
good
cool.
games on Roblox.
Yeah.
Doors is awesome.
Doors is cool. I remember seeing people play Doors. That is cool.
I beat the first floor. I know it got updated recently with an entire chapter or whatever.
Yeah, Doors is cool.
I tried it. I suck at it. I'm garbage at the game, so.
But it's cool. I think the concept behind Doors is really good.
Yeah,
very
it's
well
like
done.
it's like Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion core.
Yeah, it's cool.
If you know what I'm talking about. You know.
Yeah.
That game is so awesome.
It's cool. Well, I know how Doors work. I watch people play Doors, so I understand how it works. I
Like,
never
it
played it
looks
myself.
good. It looks good.
It is good. It's cool.
And like I just wish it was easier to find good Roblox games like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right though. There are some like that where they actually are good, but then there's a lot like Adopt Me or just other like Tycoon or like simulator games where it's just like numbers going up simulator, you know what I mean? Where there's
Okay,
no
but,
actual
like-
gameplay.
But like, if you're okay, hot take, you can make a numbers going up game that has passion put into it.
Yeah, you can. It's still a
Like,
numbers going up game,
there
but
is one that I play on Roblox where I'm at the point where you have to like make a strategic like. It's so stupid. You like strategically like have to manipulate a bunch of different values so you keep your like machine stable enough to generate stuff while making sure you balance like maximizing profit. And it's like it's so silly.
yeah, I think a good example of a good Roblox game not doing as well is obviously there's the freaking stupid there's Mining Simulator 2, which is like a really terrible just like hold left click game where you're just hold left click and mine stuff. And somebody made a better version of it called Massacre Miners a long time ago, and I remember playing it. And it was like Mining Simulator 2, but it had like dungeons when you mined. It had like cave systems like Minecraft. You could fight players. There was PvP. There was base building.
Have you heard of,
There's tons of cool stuff.
Of people that just made Minecraft on Roblox?
Yes,
Like,
I
that's
did
a
hear
thing.
about that. I did hear about that.
I've played those games before. It's literally just Minecraft.
Yeah. There's also Eaglecraft. You know about Eaglecraft?
Yeah,
Eaglecraft is
You
awesome.
can play it at school too.
Yeah, and they can't stop you. It's awesome. Eaglecraft is hype.
Silly. There's also like, okay, tycoon games are so horrible. I hate tycoon games.
Yeah, they're just low effort, lazy money generators. That's all it is.
Okay, there's one good tycoon game in my opinion though, and it's called Miner's Haven.
Yeah, I haven't played many tycoon games, so I'm sure there's
Miner's Haven
always
is,
exceptions to the rule.
Miner's Haven is a tycoon game that basically, like, you know how in normal tycoon games it's just stupid fucking press button.
Yeah, and most of them don't even save your progress, so like there's no point.
But in
awful.
Miner's Haven, it's like you get to choose where you want to place things, and you get to customize it. It's like a sandbox,
Yeah.
but like you get to like choose where you want everything.
Yeah, instead of it just like placing automatically, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yep.
Mark Rober made like a really goofy Roblox game.
He made a game? Seriously?
Yeah, on Roblox. Or not Mark
Ooh.
Rober, but like he hired a team to do it.
He hired
And it's, like,
somebody. What is it
really-
about?
It's so goofy.
Is it like a science game? Because he's an engineer
It's
and
like
he's like all about science.
It's like a physics, like build a rocket, and it's like physics based and stuff.
Is it
And
accurate
it's like
physics?
really, I don't know how accurate it is because I haven't.
It's
played it, but I
Roblox
just know it's
physics, so.
really- I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how goofy it is. I just know it's pretty goofy.
I
like,
you know,
it's
there's only
stupid.
so accurate Roblox physics can get. You know, it's Roblox physics, unless they made custom physics, which I don't even know if you can do
Mark
that.
Rober is cool though. You can make custom physics. You can technically do anything in Roblox that you can in any other game.
I don't know about anything. There's limitations.
No,
I don't know what those
no,
limitations
you-
are, but there are limitations. Roblox Game
No,
Studio
you-
is a game engine. Every game engine has limitations. Every single one. So
By
it is
that,
a game
I mean,
engine.
like it can do anything that any other game engine.
Yeah,
can.
it's just a game engine. But
Like anything that Unity could do, technically it could make something.
No,
on
those are
par with
different
that, but
game
it'd be
engines.
harder. It'd be way harder.
That's
It'd
not
be
true.
Way harder.
every game engine can't do exactly what another game engine can do. They're all different.
No, I
They're
never-
all better
no,
at certain things.
I'm not saying. I don't mean that. I mean
Not
like
true.
on par, like something on par with like what can be made with that engine.
That's not necessarily true. Like if somebody makes a game using things that you can only do in Unity, you can try to replicate it in a different game engine, but it won't be the same. It won't be on par. It'll be different. I'm not saying it's worse, but they have different physics. They have different like systems. They have different limitations. They're all different. Like you can't recreate something in the exact same way with the same quality on a different game engine.
Well, you can. What I mean is that technically you can recreate it. It'd be harder. It's like does since each system works different. But technically, if you do it just right, you can do like anything that another game engine can. It's just so much more complicated depending on like. what you're
Yeah.
using.
Well, you can like if you're trying to accomplish like in your game you want this mechanic, you can like make it with almost any game engine, but it won't work the same. It'll be like different. But I guess if you're saying like if you're trying to accomplish something, like you're trying to create something in a game, you can do it in pretty much any engine. It's just like
And even
matter
in
of how you
quality
get to it.
standard, even in a quality standard, like even a quality
Yeah.
standard, Roblox could make a game as good as something that could be made in any other game engine. It's just
yeah.
not worth it, and it's like
The
it's
problem,
hard
too-
and it's not worth it.
And if you did that too, you don't own your own game. Roblox owns your game. They're just
Yeah.
letting you put your game on their website and letting you have some of the money. But at any time, Roblox could change their policies and just say, nope, you don't get any more money or you get less money. So it's not in your control. It's in Roblox's control. So if that's like your game, that's your project, it's not really
But, like,
yours on
Steam
Roblox.
can technically do that too. Like
They can, but they won't. That's the thing.
yeah.
Because if they did that, every
Roblox-
game developer would boycott Steam, so they would never do that. Roblox can get away with more than Steam can.
I mean, they kind of did that already, and nobody cared. So.
Yeah, well, because Roblox has already done some pretty like
No, I mean
things.
Steam. I mean Steam has done that, and nobody cared.
Done what?
So, they like, okay, so Steam has made it. I think it was like a year or two ago, where if your game makes a certain amount of money, then you will get more of that money. Which is like reverse, but like they've like.
Also, Litterbox in chat saying I don't think Larry knows game development. Like, bro, I've messed around with Godot, Unity. I mean, I messed around with Scratch, but like,
Also,
I'm not an
Larry
expert
doesn't
game
know.
developer, but I know more than average Joe knows about game development. I've messed around with it. Like, I've used Unity, I've used Godot, I've used I haven't used Unreal. I've used Scratch. Scratch. Okay, Scratch is a game. It counts. Scratch counts. I mean,
Okay,
people
I
you say it as a
Scratch-
joke, but it counts. It's easier, but what I like about Scratch is it's great to learn on it because it's so easy to use. So
I
you're
mean,
not.
someone made Terraria in Scratch. I'm
Yeah.
not joking, by the way.
Yeah, I think Scratch is awesome because even though Scratch has lots of limitations, it's so accessible and it's a great entryway into actual
Well,
like
actually,
stronger game
Larry-
development tools.
Did you know that Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator is just on Scratch?
That's awesome, dude. I love
No,
that.
like the whole game, the full
love-
game.
I've played so many
Full
Scratch.
game.
Like when I'm at school on a Chromebook and I'm just bored, I'll hop on Scratch. There's so many great Scratch. I love Scratch, man.
If I'm ever feeling like playing a bullet hell, there's not really any good bullet hell games on Scratch besides like
Dude.
there's Undertale fan games on Scratch. So like that's the only thing. That
I have the utmost respect for Scratch developers. I mean, I've made a couple games on Scratch.
I wish there were like Toho games made on Scratch, but there's not really any quality Toho
Yeah.
games on Scratch. Like I love shmups.
Yeah.
I want like a shmup on Scratch, but they don't exist.
Yeah, but
So the workaround I found is just bullet hells in
Yeah.
general, like Undertale fan games on, which are surprisingly high.
But like I do have game engine experience because like I've never finished a full game. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a great game developer, but like I have a basic understanding of how a game developer not of a game engine works, and like I understand firsthand how like difficult making a game is. That's why I kind of get mad when people will be like whenever especially like people do this a lot in like games like Minecraft or like just any popular game. When they update something and there's like a bug, people are like, oh, why don't you fix it? Like, it's easy, just do this. And it's like, it's not always easy. Every game has its own problems. And just because there's one bug, fixing it might break something else. It's not that easy. Like, it's not always just yes or no. Like, there's a lot of complicated things that go into it. And like, I remember I literally spent 2 hours trying to get my freaking jump to work because for some reason my code made it so that when I jump, I would just turn upside down and my gravity would flip. And I don't know why it did that, but like just random stuff like that happens. And it's just like, it's all different. You know, you don't know until you do it. So I think people are easy to judge when they haven't actually done it themselves. Like, go try it and then you'll understand. How did you even code in your jump? I can go pull it up. Well, I'm not going to show it on stream because I kind of stopped working on it. It was a really cool. My idea was I was going to create a 2D platformer inspired with a concept inspired by Stanley Parable. I'm not going to say what the concept is, but it's inspired by the Stanley Parable. And I have a name for it and everything, and I started making some art in A-Sprite. A-Sprite is just like MS Paint, but makes it easier to make sprites and animations and like pixel art. But I can go check the code right now and tell you. I really don't. I'm not very good at coding, but I'll admit that. But I can pull up Unity right now.
I mean, it's probably unoptimized, but who the fuck cares?
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's, and like if people have looked at Toby Fox's code and then like, and they looked at Undertale and they're like, yeah, Undertale was coded terribly, but it doesn't matter because it's Undertale and it has so much like passion put into it. It's like you don't have to be a professional, you know, to make a game.
The
Anyone
punch
can
card
make a game.
exists and it's stupid as fuck, but
Listen, man. So it's like anyone can make a game. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be optimized code. If it works, it works. You know. Oh, here we go.
yeah.
I must have said, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you could just read out the.
Oh yeah, modified 2 months ago. I have not touched this in forever. Right here, I'll pull this up. Opening up my Unity project.
You're right, Wilbur. Yeah, Undertale's dialogue.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. It was one if statement, which is insane. That is insane.
Yeah, and it's just an if statement where it's like, if this, then this dialogue plays, and if this is happening, then this dialogue plays. Then like.
Also, Litterbox, are you like a computer programmer? Because you seem to be very doubting me. And like, I'm not trying to say I'm good at game developing. I never said that. I just said I've done it before. So I'll pull it up though. I'm loading it up. You don't believe me? I'll take a screenshot of my code.
Have you heard of the person who coded the Hollow Knight movement engine into Terraria?
Oh, that's sick.
Like, you can fight bosses as the Hollow Knight, and it works exactly like Hollow Knight.
Bro, this is taking forever to load. It's probably because I'm streaming and have Celeste open.
It's so cool.
We'll get it open. I'll go read out the code.
Did you know I have like a 62 times streak on Celeste, according to Discord?
You disagree with Larry saying about being able to make the same game? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would ever be the same game. It might be like similar. I think I misunderstood what Summer was saying too. Like, I thought she was saying like that you can recreate an exactly every, like, exactly. I don't know how to word this properly, but since every game engine is different, mechanics will work differently because the code is different because it uses different. How do I? I'm really bad at explaining this, but you can recreate a game in a different engine, but it won't be the exact same. Like, perfect example, Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Minecraft's in Java, right? It's coded in Java. They recreated it in C++. I think it's C++, and the game's completely different. Now, partially that's Mojang's fault for not, trying to fix some of the parity changes. But also, it's just going to work. It's a different coding language. They probably made it in a different game engine too. I don't know, but that's highly likely. Made in completely different game engines. Bedrock Edition isn't recreated. It's literally Bedrock is called They literally changed Minecraft Bedrock Edition to just say Minecraft now. Like, they consider Minecraft Bedrock as just a different way of playing Minecraft. It's not considered as like a different game. Mojang considers Minecraft, Bedrock, and Java both to be Minecraft. So if you're going off of what Mojang is advertising and marketing, it's the same game. It's just a different form of it. It's not the fault of the game engine or coding language for them being so different. That's exactly why it's so different. Why else would it be different? If they could use Java and the same coding language for console and it worked, why wouldn't they do that? It would be so much easier. But they can't do that because it would be super unoptimized and it wouldn't work on console. Like, why would they? Also, like, Java's terribly unoptimized for making video games, so like, why would they do that? Doesn't make sense. Here we go. Let me go see if I can open the script. Bro, my floor that I made is just the main sprite for my character, but just stretched. And I used the same image for the floor, so it's just stretched out like 100 pixels. That's so funny. Oh yeah, I can see my sprite sheet that I made because I started working on sprites. Dude, I forgot about it. This is 2 months ago. This is wild. Yeah, how do I even open? I don't even remember how to use Unity. Scripts? Oh, here we go. Player movement.
Oh my god.
I'm opening it right now. Let's see what we got. I think this is in C-sharp.
Wilbur sent me what they drew of my character, and it looks sick as hell.
That's awesome.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Alright, here we go. So we'll go. Oh, this is actually way bigger than I thought it was. Okay, well, we have, let's see. So I don't know what all this means, but at the top we have a bunch of like library stuff that says like using Unity engine, using visual scripting, Using system.collections that generic, using system.collections. That's just like libraries, I'm pretty sure. Then you have public class, player movement, mono behavior. That's just like all of the player movement goes under that. And then let's see. I actually don't even remember making this.
That's awesome.
I did use a tutorial for this, but I edited some stuff to fit my game specifically. We have variables, we have rigid body 2D, which is like the physics engine for Unity. So we set a variable for that just called body. Yeah, it's a simple dude. I literally barely have gotten into development. Like I said, I'm not good at coding. I'm not good at game development. I have one player movement script. I have not gotten far in. Yeah, you can make exactly that. Yeah, I've barely done anything. Of course you can make that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a fully made game would be really hard to make exactly the same in a different game engine. That's all I'm saying. Because it's different. Yeah, sure, my simple basic jumping code would be the same thing in a different engine, but it wouldn't be the same because guess what? I'm using rigid body 2D. That is a Unity physics component for 2D sprites. Literally says that you can't use that outside of Unity. So the physics would be different outside of Unity because this is a Unity physics engine that I'm using. Because I didn't make my own physics engine. This is just Unity's physics engine. So if you use Godot, you'd have the Godot physics engine. Also, Godot is the main language for Godot is a different coding language. It's a GD script. You can use C# and Godot, but Godot doesn't. If I just copy pasted this code into a Godot script, it would not work because it uses different stuff. That's my point I'm trying to make. I could recreate all of these features into Godot, but it's not the same. It's different. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time on this. I should just be playing Celeste, but I'll stop because I think I've proven my point at this point. I'm really just, yeah. Yeah, it is 3 a.m. What's my golden was like on the other side of the screen. Would it function differently? Yes, because the physics would be differently. Because my basic movement jumping is using the default physics 2D physics engine. So that way I don't have to code physics because that's really complicated. Because technically you can make your own physics engine yourself if you're smart enough. You don't have to use Unity's physics engine or Godot's physics engine. But the fact that I am means that the only way for it to be the same is to be either recreate Unity's physics engine, which I don't even know if that's public. Like, I don't know if you can just find that, like open source. It might be, I don't know. Or you have to use Unity. That's my point. So it won't be exactly the same. So I'm not an expert game developer, but I've done enough where I know that.
Also, when I think about it, my character is kinda edgy, but like, I don't know. I think
Doesn't matter.
The mean girl like design is kinda neat.
Who cares? If it's edgy, whatever. People will just say it's edgy. It doesn't matter. It's the cute kind of edgy. Right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think they're awesome.
Like Litterbox, are you like a programmer or are you just like saying I'm wrong because you want to say you're wrong? I understand if you're like a professional, but I feel like you're just trying to prove that I'm wrong, which I don't understand why. Like, I'm not just saying it because I want to say it and I just want to make stuff up for fun. Like, I actually like I'm not a professional by any means. I've said that, but like I'm not. Like I know what I'm saying. Not a professional, yeah, but I have experience still. Just because I'm not a professional doesn't mean my experience is invalid. I also have another game I made on Godot that I've spent probably over 10 hours on that ended up getting scrapped, but I worked on it with my other friends. And that's probably more than you have, unless you're going to claim that you're a programmer, which you haven't said, or a game developer. I think it's just the internet, like, I feel like when you're on the internet and you say something, people will just always disagree with you. And I think it's just that, where it's like I can say anything, and even if I even if I think I'm right and I'm like pretty confident I'm right, people will always be like, no, you're wrong. It's like, okay.
I mean, I think whatever.
It's not always the case, it's true. I mean, most people are chill on the internet. I'm not gonna say everyone's like that. Most people are chill, but there's always somebody. Oh, like one time I was talking about on stream how I don't like roguelikes. I was saying like, you know, I'm not a big fan of roguelikes. I've tried a couple, I'm not a big fan. And someone's like, oh, have you played Binding of Isaac? And I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't really like Binding of Isaac. And they're like, what? This is not okay. And I'm like, no, I just don't like it, man. They like got really mad at me.
Squidward pointless machine.
Yes, that's what he does. That's why it makes me so mad. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad person for liking pointless machines. It's just he gets mad at me for not liking it. I'm like, dude, like I'm allowed to not like it.
I think
Chill.
pointless machines is a fine map. I don't think it's a good for intermediate. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fine then.
he seems to be fine with that. So, and that is my opinion of it.
I think it's terrible, and that's always gonna be my. Well, I'm not gonna say it's
Yeah,
always, but that's my opinion right now.
Yeah, and it's fine. Like I'm like thinking it's terrible is super fair. Like
Yeah.
it's just gameplay is super subjective,
Yeah, that's the problem.
and
But-
like
The roguelikes conversation. That's happened multiple times, the roguelikes conversation, yeah. And I will go on record and say I have never said roguelikes are bad. I've said I don't like them. And there's a very big difference. Very big difference in that statement.
I
but
love
yeah.
roguelikes. I am a huge roguelike lover. Does that mean you have to like roguelikes?
No, it doesn't. You are wrong. Exactly. Because like I'm not gonna be out here and say roguelike games are bad because people love them. They're obviously not bad if people wouldn't love them otherwise. It's not that my opinion is worse than someone else's and someone else is wrong because I like. It's like, oh, I don't like roguelikes. That must mean they suck and everyone else is wrong. It's like, no, that's not true. It just means I don't like them. It's just a matter of perspective. Then again, it could also be people that just want conflict. Like they just, you know, some people just want to see the world burn a little bit. So could just be that.
Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm like that, but I'm kind of like that.
Yeah, you're not like that bad though.
No, I'm not causing it on purpose. I'm not
Yeah.
causing it on purpose. Most of the time.
It just
Most of the
happens.
time, most of the time.
I will say you're wrong if you like The Great Gatsby. Oh man. Guys, remember, opinions are subjective except for mine. I'm always right. Remember that. Larry, your music playlist is fire. Thank you. I appreciate that. I spend a long time finding music and listening to music. What I should be doing is learning how to make music, but it's really hard, and I've tried a couple times, and I'm not very good at it. And I could get better if I did it more, but it's kind of like game development, where I just kind of got stuck on it, and I kind of just gave up. It's okay. I'll just make YouTube videos. That's something I can handle. Because I want to make a outro music song to replace the one that got false copyright claimed, by the way, by a group that doesn't own the music. But yeah, I just can't. I tried a couple times. I just can't come up with something good.
I feel like if I eventually make videos, I mean, I'm totally gonna make videos. Actually, I
Do it then.
have to have an online avatar and stuff.
You have one,
I'm just
literally.
I mean, yeah, but I don't have one that I want to really use for like a profile picture or anything.
When I feel like the one that you have is really good for a profile picture. I mean, if you don't want it, that's fine, but I think it's pretty good. But if you want a different one, I guess you could always have someone draw you something else, or just find a PNG of something, you know. Or make it yourself. But then again, the PFP isn't that important. Like, if you want to make videos, just make videos, you know what I mean? PFP you can figure out later. You can always change that whenever you want.
But like, from my understanding, like, I think like I would be fine with like Wilbur making one if they really wanted to, but like, also, yeah, that's fine, Wilbur. Don't worry. Like, standard art as a profile picture is fine. I don't have an issue with that. Like, you know, like I can do that. Like, it's fine, Wilbur. Don't worry. Like I mean, if you're fine with me using it, then I'm totally fine with using it. Maybe, like if it's, even if it's not digital, it's probably fine, right?
Which part about making music are you finding hard? I'm not. Oh, I've got the plugins to work. I've legally obtained my FL plugins, which is kind of tricky. It's a lot harder than it should be. I don't know why it's so complicated. Like, FL is a terrible starting library of like stuff. But whatever, I got the stuff. I'm just not. Making the melodies is tough. Like, I can do a bass line, I can do percussion. That's, you know, that's fine. Just making the melodies, I'm really not good at. Like, it's not very intuitive for me in my head. I have a decent, you know, I understand the basics of music. Like, I play saxophone. I have, you know, the bare bones music theory knowledge. But even then, like, it just doesn't click for me, you know? And FL does, you know, try to make it easier, but I'm just not very good at the melodies. And I could just experiment, and the more I did it, I would get better. But, you know, sometimes it's hard to stay motivated, you know, when you're not good at something. It's obviously a bad mindset, but I'm just being honest.
Using my little shirt gal as like an
Hey.
actual profile would be awesome.
It
I
would
don't
be
know.
cool.
It's just like it would be cool. I guess this is technically a part of the quote unquote cringy couple stuff, but I like it anyway.
Yeah.
I like a match with my girlfriend with profile pictures.
No, that's valid. That's completely valid. There's nothing cringy about that. That's valid.
like what I do a lot of the time. Like,
That's
if
valid.
you notice, a lot of my PFP changes are that.
That's valid.
Like, you can, like, in the background, you'll be able to probably see another person in the profile picture, and like,
Gotcha.
most of the time, it's like,
Yeah, well, Litterbox, sometimes I get good melodies in my head too, but then I'm not good at translating them onto like my actual, like, onto the actual like music. But one website I use, which I really liked, is there's a free website called Beatbox. It's awesome. It's literally like a free website, web version of FL Studio. Like, it's the same idea, but it's way simpler and it's really easy to use. And the only song I've ever like completed and finished is on Beatbox, and it's so easy. It's awesome. I love it. It's so good. It's I've like I never heard about it, and I just found out about it one day. It's so underrated. Like, that is like, if I ever made more music, I would do it on there to start, because it's just so easy. Like, FL is so daunting to learn and to understand. Like, Beatbox, you just hop on and you just make it. You just make the music. You're limited in terms of your instrumentation and like your customization, but there's enough there where you can still make cool stuff. And it's kind of like, it's like the Scratch of music making, where like it's limited, but it's so easy. So like, it's fun. It's fun to use. Where FL, I'm like overwhelmed. Like, I literally watched like a 2-hour long video on how to use it, and I'm still confused. Like, it's like, what's going on? Like, I got the plugins, but now I'm just like overwhelmed by everything. I'm like, what do I do? All right, good night, Wilbur. See you later. Have a good one. Yeah, Beatbox is awesome.
good night.
You literally just search up Beatbox. This is a website. You can go on it for free. And what's great is how it works is when you like make music, every note you put down, it like changes the URL. So you can just bookmark the URL and it'll save like your music that you're making. And you can just have that, you can have the bookmark, save it. You put the plugins in the instruments, but yeah, I have a bunch of music plugins. Like, I have all my instruments on FL. I just struggle to use it because I'm just not very good at making music. So I'm not the best. Like I have all the tools to do it. It's just, you know, I'm not very good at it. All that, and I understand, like I just have to practice to get better, but it's hard to be motivated sometimes, especially when the music sounds bad and you're like, man, and then I die. Okay, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it just like doesn't feel good. I mean, it's just, to be fair, it was the same thing a little bit. With the YouTube videos at first, for like obviously everyone's like, when you do something for the first time, when you do it, it sucks at first and you get better. So you just have to push past that. I'm just, you know, it's hard sometimes to do that. You know, because when you suck, it doesn't feel good to suck at something. So. Or you add effects. Yeah, I know like the mix, like you add the effects and stuff. What plugins am I using? I could go check. I think I added like, there's like FL ones that were like that you like normally you have to pay for, but like, you know, I legally obtained them. It's like a whole bunch of plugins. I don't know all of them. A lot of them are synths. I also got a couple sound fonts. Like I got the Undertale sound font and the Animal Crossing sound font just to mess around with it. They were kind of hard to use though. Like the menuing was weird. But oh yeah, I have Sakura. Yeah, I have that one. I know that one. I don't really understand how like the plugins work, because like some of them are just like they give you instruments and then some of them are different. They all have like different interfaces too. Very confusing. And there's like lots of settings you can change between them too. And I don't know all of them very well. So synthesizers, yeah, a lot of them are synthesizers. I have a couple, like I have some strings that are like real strings, like they sound like real instrumented, like real instruments. I have a couple like that, but a lot of them are like MIDI, kind of like MIDI sounding like synthesizers, which is fine. Like I like synth music. It's just I still am really bad at making melodies. So like no matter what instrument I use, it just sounds weird.
Oh my god, I have another person today saying my character looks like Susie. That was never the intention.
Yeah, because to me, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. I mean, they're not wrong. It's just like that was never intended at all. I just wanted to make a silly little shirt gal that I thought
Yeah,
was
it's not a
pretty
bad
cute.
thing. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
It is 3:30 a.m. After this run, I'm probably gonna hop off. I've been up too late. My sleep schedule's cooked for real.
Larry, you have to stream for like another 10 minutes or something.
Why?
So you can hit 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh my god. Of course, that's important. That's an important goal I need to hit. You learn what the individual effects you should be able to use any synthesizer as long as the buttons and knobs are labeled. Yeah, I just gotta tinker with it. It's just kind of daunting, so I get scared of doing it. Cause it's like it's hard, and so I'm like scared of it.
My
Basically.
sleep schedule is also. I mean, I normally sleep that long. It's not that bad actually.
It's the weekend. So my strat is if I ever stay up too late, I just wake up really early the next day, and that way I'll be tired for the next time I need to sleep. Which is not like great, like it's not the healthiest thing ever, but it gets me back on track-ish to where I want to be.
My only issue is that I pass out.
Yeah, because then you literally just fall asleep from exhaustion. That's the only problem. If you, depending on how little sleep you get, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, but it is definitely a cool strategy. It's not the best strategy though, because during that day that you're forcing yourself to stay awake, it feels terrible. Like it evens out in the next couple days, but like that first day is not great. Obviously, I should just go to bed at a reasonable time every day, but that's just not going to happen. Let's be realistic. Okay. So I'll hop off after this run. Instead, I'm not going to go to bed though. I'm not that tired, so I'm probably just going to work on my next video script that I'm working on.
The secret video.
Yeah. A secret video. I don't even know why I'm giving a secret. I just want to. I think it's more fun if it's a surprise, so. Surprise. Yeah. Because I've done that before where I'll wake up early to counteract, to like get myself back in the right cycle, and I just am always like having like little micro sleeps where you're like falling asleep, just like dozing off, even if you're like up and moving around, like you're still just like dozing, which feels awful. Yeah. Turns out your body doesn't like when you get sleepy. It doesn't like when you don't sleep when you're tired. It gets pissed. That's crazy how that works. Hey, maybe I'll make my my new outro, because the old one got copyrighted on Beatbox. I didn't even think about that, but Beatbox is easy to use, so I could come up. All I need is like a freaking like 30-second song. That's all I need.
If I ever make a quote-unquote outro, I mean, I probably wouldn't make one. I just make the video end well to where there's no need for an end screen.
No, but I just like having end screens. I just think they're fun. I mean, obviously you don't need them, but I like it because then you can have it like show another video or whatever.
I'd rather make an outro without an end screen.
Well, I usually make outros that end like normally without the end screen, and then just add the end screen anyways, because I just like the end screen. I think it's fun, and then also too, my plan would be if I ever got fan art, I would put the fan art there. Like if I ever got big enough where I got fan art, that's the idea. Obviously, I don't now. That's what a lot of like animation channels do and stuff, and like bigger channels do it. Or if I like got big enough and I had like freaking channel members or whatever, I don't even know how that works, then I would put them there. But I don't have that right now, so it's just kind of a placeholder for if that ever happened. But I that way too, if I make a custom, if I make an outro song that it's custom made, it literally can't be copyrighted because I made it. So it would be like, excuse me, dude. Imagine if somebody false claimed your own music. That'd be awful. Like if I made a song and it got false claimed, I would actually go to war. I would literally. Well, then you could send like send in like a, what is it, like a, I don't know what, I know on YouTube you can send in like requests to be like, no, that's wrong. Especially if it's my music. Nobody can really claim it because it's mine, and I can prove that it's mine. What I have to do though is what I'll do is if I ever make the music, I'll upload it somewhere and then make sure in the description of where I upload it, it says, make sure to credit me if you use it. You're not allowed to like false claim it. So that way I have like proof that like, hey, this is what I said this. Obviously I'll let people use it. You just have to credit. Like I feel like that's the basic thing. If you're using someone's like art or their creation, just like credit it. That's all you have to do. It's not that hard. It's just put a little link, put something that says, hey, this someone else made this, I didn't make it. Apparently people can't do that. Of course I'm making it to Event Horizon on my last run when I said I was gonna end. Yeah, it's true. I could literally just screenshot the music file, like open on Beatbox and be like, this is mine.
Really? You know,
oh, hopefully no one
you're
posted.
doing
I
good.
know.
You might make it to 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh my god, that's actually true. I'm just gonna die on purpose now. Just kidding. Imagine I got a lag spike again. That would actually be awful. I shouldn't though. Now that I got rid of my mods, it shouldn't happen anymore. Lag spike incident was real. It was awful. Lag spike incident like changed my whole view on life. Like it's literally this room. But it's good that I did that though, because my load times are faster on Celeste too. I used to have to wait like 10 years to load because I had like 100 mods active, which is not good. But now I only have like 6 mods, which are only the necessities. Because I don't have any I don't have any custom maps or anything loaded. Yeah, Beatbox is sick. You should check out Beatbox. Massive shout out. I can actually, you know, I've made a couple songs on Beatbox. Actually, I have one. I made one on FL Studio and one on Beatbox. And I have one on Beatbox that I actually think is decent. Yeah, I can play it before I end stream. I don't think it's like
No,
a Magnus Opus.
You should probably play music if it was good.
Oh, let me tell you, music if it was good. That was a little collab. Me and Mars Bars, let me tell you. You guys want to hear music if it was good? I don't think... Here, let me unpause so you don't have to stare at this menu. But we'll play it. We'll pause my playlist. Let's put this on.
The friend group we have with Squib, Jiggle, Mars, and us two, we all have dabbled in making music.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which is pretty neat.
Here, let me open this. I have a folder for this too.
As I have been a percussionist.
Alright, so music if it was good. You want the lore behind it? So me and Mars were trying to make a song that sounds as terrible as possible. Like we were trying to make this like awful. So I just want you to keep that in mind when you hear this. This is peak, guys. You ready for this? Let's wait. Ready? 27 seconds of pure peak. All right, let's go. Ready for this? Oh, this is peak.
This is so good.
We made this in FL one night. Oh yeah, this is peak. Dude, I'm literally jamming right now. Oh, we have the I also have a Megalovania sample pitched up. It's so funny because the MIDI that I use a saxophone synth, but I messed around with the settings on it so much and distorted it so much that it sounds.
God, this is so peak.
It literally sounds like a freaking frog croaking. Eminem has nothing on the song. But here, I can pull up one of my actual songs that I made.
Yeah, you should pull up an actual song.
Hey, wait, I made a couple. I think. Oh yeah, I made this on Beatbox. Actually, I can just pull up the Beatbox for it, and I can like screen share it so you guys can see it. I'll let you do that. Do I have the Beatbox saved? Let's see. Beep. Oh, I might not. Do I not have it saved on this one? Oh wait. Do I? Oh, I can import it. Okay, here we go. Because I have the MP3 saved. So here. Yeah, I can put it back on. Here we go. My music. Wait, where is it? I have a folder. Threes. All right, it's in here. Here we go. Oh, it's not. Oh, does it not take an MP3? Wow. Okay, well, I can just play the MP3, I guess. I don't have to have it show up on Beatbox. It's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's probably because I don't have the bookmark saved because I saved it on when I used to use like Google and never transported it over to my Firefox bookmarks thing. And I don't feel like going in FL and exporting it as a MIDI right now, so I'll just play the MP3. You guys don't get to see it on Beatbox, but it's okay. Well, it makes an MP3, but Beatbox, like if you're exporting it, if you're importing a music file, it can't just take in an MP3. It has to take in a MIDI so that it knows like where to put the music on it, because it's not like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but my point is, if I had the thing saved, I would be able to do it. I just don't know where it is right now, so I'll just play the MP3 that I have, and yeah, look it up in your browser history. Yeah, I guess I can open up Google, which I never use, just so I can pull it up. Google can go take all my... Use Firefox? Yeah, because when I edit my videos, I need more RAM, and Google takes up more RAM than Firefox because it takes all your data and stuff, fun stuff like that. Beatbox, it should be saved in here. Here we go. Beatbox. Okay, let's see if I can find this. Wait, we might be able to. Might actually be here. Learner, okay. It's probably, wait. It could be here, potentially. So we search up box. Is it saved on here? I don't have it saved on here either. I don't know what happened to it. But it's fine. I'll just play the MP3. It's not a big deal. You don't have to see the visual representation of it. I'll just play it. Because I would have been wanted to do it on Beatbox because it would show you like all the instruments and you could like see how Beatbox works. But I guess I could export it as a MIDI. I already went, you know what? I'll do that. I've gone this far. I'm going to commit. Even though it's 3:42 a.m. I'll open up FL and export it as a what's it called? Is it temp? Well, I can't play in FL because I didn't make it in FL, so like it wouldn't transport over well. I don't know if I even have it in FL. Yeah, I don't even think I have it in FL. I don't think I ever put it into FL. Normally, it's like Beatbox. You just save the browser thing. I don't know why I didn't save it. I should have it bookmarked, but apparently I don't. It's weird. But I have the MP3, so that's good enough.
Bridge.
Here we go. I don't have a MIDI, I only have an MP3. But I need a MIDI to export it into Beatbox. I need a MIDI or I need the link to the Beatbox song that I made, which I don't have anymore. Or I don't know where I put it. Or where I have it saved. So I only have the MP3. Well, the whole song is done. And I'll just play the MP3. Yeah. I was just wanted to show Beatbox so that I could visualize it on stream. That's the only, I don't need to do that. I just wanted to. But it's fine. I'll just play it. I made this. I don't even remember when I made this a while ago. Yeah, I'll just play it. I made it on Beatbox. It's alright. You know, considering I don't make music much, it's decent. Let me make sure it's at the right. Okay, good. For a second, I thought the speed was increased on it.
My friend just told me, I need to wear thicker socks so she can think
That's
that
crazy.
I have childbearing hips.
That's crazy. Sounds like an Undertale song. Yeah, it's probably
Socks are
inspired.
related apparently, because they must be.
I'll actually tell you what this song's inspired by in a second. So that's the first melody. There's an A section and a B section. Yeah, I'll go explain. I'll tell you what the B section's inspired by. It's pretty cool actually. And this is just repeating the melody, but now there's a counter melody, and the drums are drumming more. That's my technical term. Yeah, but this B section, like this melody, I'll show you. That's pretty cool. I'll show you where I got this from. This is inspired by something else. Can you send me the MIDI? Yeah, I can go get a MIDI for it and send it to you later, Max. I don't have it right now, but I can go get one. Go figure out how to get it. You're gonna remix it? That would be funny. I was gonna use this in my game that I never finished. And then this is just for looping purposes, so it just goes back to the beginning. Wow. And then it just pauses. And then it goes back to the start. But here, let me go to this part. I'll show you what's inspired by. Wait, where is it? Where is it? This melody? Here, I'll pull this up on YouTube and show you where this is inspired by. So, what would you guys say this would be? What's your prediction? What do you think this is from? If you had to guess, it's from a game. I'll tell you that. It's from a game OST. This section that's playing right now. Just that part that I just played.
Oh my god, we're about to hit 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Alright, here, I'll pull it up. I don't know my game OST yet, and it's fine, because I wouldn't predict this either, but it is from... Let me pull this up on stream, guys. Alright, I'll tell you what it's from. Okay. Let me share screen this. Full screen this. How do I put this on the stream? I don't want the whole screen, I just want YouTube. Alright, now you should be, oh, it's not centered at all. Okay, give me a second. Let me fix this. But if we fix it so that it actually shows up, why is it like ugly and messed up? Oh, it's because it's, there we go. So it's from Pokemon. Surprise, surprise. I know. Everything I do is Pokemon. But if we find it, where is it? So this is Paradox Pokemon Battle Music. But where is it? It's the most replayed. So where is it? Wait. Yeah, it's this part.
Find it.
Da, 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 da. It's kind of faint. I don't know why it's quiet, but it is quiet. With this melody playing in the background, it's a little faint. I'll turn it up if you can't hear it. Not like the percussion. The percussion's louder than the actual melody. This might just be a bad rip. Yeah, but I don't know if you could hear it. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but hopefully you could. Yeah, it's Pokemon. Yeah, but that's what it's based off of. It's based off of that melody.
This is so like Pokemon core.
I'm just saying that's what it's inspired by. But yeah, that's my only piece of music I've made that's fully complete. I don't have a name for it. I thought I was originally going to use it in my game, but I never have got far enough in making a game where the music has even been something I've been worrying about. So maybe one day I'll use it for something.
Anyway, you should probably end stream.
Yeah, I probably should end stream. It is pretty late. My sleep schedule's cooked, but oh well. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's your best song? That one that I played for you guys. It's like my only song, so it's my one and only song. I would like to make more, but if I make more I'll show you guys, but right now I don't have anything else to show. I guess I do have a couple I made in FL, but I don't like them very much, so I don't want to show them off because they're incomplete. They exist and they're kind of complete, but I don't like them very much.
For real.
So if I make any more on Beatbox or FL, I'll show you guys. But for now, that's all I got. So thanks for watching, everyone. It's 3:49 a.m. I really should have gone to bed hours ago, but thanks for being here.
Well, you have to work on that video.
I do have to work on that video, and then maybe I'll sleep. We'll think about it. Never. The first one was better. Yeah, I didn't. The Pokemon one wasn't mine. That was Pokemon. But the melody, I was inspired by that, so I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. The only reason I think about all that music is because I play so much Pokemon, so all the Pokemon themes I just hear in my head constantly, so that's what happens. Because nothing is truly original in music. It's all inspired by other stuff. But that's what makes it cool, so yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for being here, everyone. I need to head out. And yeah. You
probably do.
I'll probably stream earlier tomorrow. I guess it's today now because it's 3:50 a.m. So, yeah. Anyways, see you guys later, and yeah, we'll see you when I stream next. Probably tomorrow night earlier. So, see you guys later.